Lord Lorlar looks 20 years younger now.
How?
Minor illusion.
He just has.
Oh yeah, this guy's self.
This guy's self.
Atwell. Oh, now you changed.
No, I didn't. This is exactly how I look all the time.
Has ever been. Yeah, you get your eyes
What's funny
checked.
here is that you.
Actually, 30 years younger now that.
You
Now that
decided
you
it's
can.
30 years younger.
You decide by fiat to
You
look.
improved from the previous.
Oh yeah.
Because it was 20.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Yes.
Something's different about you.
I can't put it on words.
Nothing is different. Oh, I parted my hair a little bit differently, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well done, guys.
Kawabanga.
Yeah, Kawamanga.
So, we were going to go kill
Stillcross.
some orcs and throw their dead bodies with these dead bodies? Was that the plan?
I think they already cleaned it up while we
No,
were
I think-
interrogating the
Well,
guy.
we were not gonna. I think we
I thought
didn't
we were
need to get orc bodies, but this guy's the scene as if an orc.
Yes, exactly.
We already took care of it.
Yeah, I think they already took care of it.
You-
The two of
you
them.
took care of
But
it?
because, you know,
You killed some orcs?
No.
they
No,
made it
we
look
made
like orcs did
Basically,
it.
It looked
we
like
made-
orcs
we-
did it.
But without
Or
any
no.
orc bodies,
No, the orcs won.
The orcs
The
took
orcs
their
won.
bodies with them.
The
Yeah.
orcs all survived. These guys were pathetic.
Yeah, the orcs actually won.
Or the orcs took the dead bodies with them.
I think we better kill some orcs because I need 120.
I knew you were going there, man.
Farm.
Oh, it's me! Let's go outside!
Let's go outside.
Wait.
Random
we don't
encounter.
have fucking spells.
Yeah, I spent.
Yeah, I only have 3 level 1 spells.
I see. My
And
bad.
I think
What?
I
Only
only
have
have...
You have.
How much lay did I use? I used 15 lay, right?
Yes, you had used. Yeah, you have 10 lays left.
I have 10 lays left.
How much?
I don't get this.
You have 0 lays left.
4, 3, 3. Ah, okay. So
No. Oh yeah.
4,
I did.
1, 2.
And then you have
I
0
drank- I
healing
drank-
hands as well. But of course you can rest. Don't they recover a short rest?
Lay does not. I think lay is long.
Yeah.
Yes, but
How about the healing hands?
exhaustion.
Same.
And yet, an exhaustion is also long.
Yep. One per long rest.
Do all of you want to do a long rest?
Not here.
Why?
Not here.
We will be attacked by orcs.
I can
here.
go layman's anyhow.
We should
It
go
is
to-
effectively.
Oh,
Yes, tiny
yeah. Tiny
hut!
hut.
Yeah, but not here.
No, it doesn't matter. Tiny hut.
No, not here.
Yours, tiny.
Over there. Just not here.
Okay, fine. Not here.
Because the evidence is here.
I would say that it's around probably around 7:30 to 8 o'clock at AM because you left at like 6 AM together with Julian.
Evidence. that
No,
the
you guys actually left at 3 AM and then he left with Julian at 6
The
AM.
battlefield is here.
So give or take a couple of.
Can you make a tiny mansion?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm still trying to get
More
my
different-
architecture.
more different-
I'm still trying to get my architectural degree for the tiny mansion, but I'm still an undergraduate
I
at
don't
the
really want
moment.
to sleep in a hut.
Is it a cozy hut?
That's what barbarians sleep in. It's a good thing we don't have any of those.
You've seen Barbarian walking down the road.
Something new.
9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome. Yeah,
Dome, that's a better word for
it's
it.
a dome
That's a
actually.
dome. I don't even know what that
Not
does.
here. Hut.
It's not even a hut. It's just a dome.
It's just a dome.
Is there anything inside?
There's nothing
this hut?
inside.
There's nothing inside.
A dome
It's
is
just a
hut.
dome.
You can.
It's
a
a
dome,
yurt.
a
It's
hut.
a yurt, man.
There.
It's not like a tent. A yurt. It's a yurt.
Is it your?
Don't
Yeah,
listen to
Still a
my-
hut.
Here you go, sir.
Still a hut.
Oh, basically like those
In-
expensive
It's
vacation.
a dome.
In
It's
StarCraft,
a dome.
those round
Bunker.
bunkers that shoot at, yeah.
You don't go messing with my yurt.
There's nothing
Don't do that.
architectural about a dome.
It doesn't need to be architectural. The important thing is no damage can go in.
The ground is still ground.
But no damage can go in.
And we can't be seen from outside.
Then
If
people
I
can
want.
see a dome.
I know, but are you gonna do it? Are you gonna seriously gonna get see
Jesus, it's a
outside?
10-foot
If you
radius.
don't want, I will.
What are you
Is the
guys?
dome invisible or something?
The dome is koan.
We're in the desert.
Not be seen.
If I want it to be not see, if I want it to be transparent, that's what you said.
No, it's the lighting that you can command.
Yeah,
Lighting
it
of
can
the
be
interior.
opaque.
It can be dimly lit or dark. The
The
dome
dome-
is opaque
From the outside.
from the outside.
So there's
Still
actually in the
visible
middle of the
from
desert just a black dome, right?
Not really black, but like
Oh,
That's probably
That's
gray or something.
Maybe
Yeah.
sand
It's
colored.
opaque, yeah.
it's
That-
not.
Okay.
because light can still pass through it.
Yep.
Are we seriously
That
gonna
works.
long rest here though in this year?
It's safe.
It's there are two options. Either we long rest in the impregnable dome,
Or
or
you
we
can
march towards bandit territory where there are murderous orcs and barbarians. And there are barbarians.
Barbarian.
Okay, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My horse is 7.
Your horse can sleep outside.
He
You're
can.
not sleeping with your horse.
You can dismiss
You
it.
can dismiss your horse.
I don't wanna summon it again. It's a waste of a spell slot.
You sleep with your horse?
I sleep with my horse.
He's
You
leaving.
Yeah,
sleep-
that's what he
You
that's what he
sleep with
said.
your
You
horse.
can
That's what
sleep
he said.
outside
With your horse.
and my horse.
No.
Someone has to look after the carriage.
Yeah, your horse can do that. Your boys can do that. They can ride there in peace. They can probably make an epic of your recovery of your youthful stature.
Could, but they're also very wimpy. They will die.
They have the carriage.
That is what you are out there for. You're big and strong. Go out there with the horses and the carriage.
And sleep with your horse.
They need their privacy to
We,
ride.
we need someone to knock if there's trouble.
They can do that.
No. Don't think they feel like that. They want to sleep in nice beds, and they promised us a puppet show.
I got nothing with the puppet show.
Yes.
So let me get this straight. You guys had a long rest,
In a tiny yurt.
right?
In a tiny
Except for
hut.
him,
Right.
who's up with the
No.
horses.
Even before that, before that, you slept the night and then woke up at 6 a.m. Right?
No, wait. So this is gonna be a new day after the ambush? Is what you're asking?
Yeah, because we were waiting there.
I mean, I think
remember?
it could work. I'm just saying that.
So the ambush basically.
The ambush was like only half a
morning.
morning.
We woke up at 3.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah,
That's just true.
the
You didn't
ambush
woke
was
up.
half
Okay,
a morning, so it's
fair.
we probably ended it at around like 10 in the morning.
Operation.
Sleep till night.
I thought it was
No.
Afternoon.
You woke up. I mean,
Six.
you woke up at 3 a.m. right? Because you
Yeah.
left at 3 a.m. because you want to set up
We
everything.
encountered
Julian
security.
got up at
Fi-
6-ish.
finished.
So let's say there's like an hour or let's say 2
Yeah.
hours
Yeah,
traveling
yeah,
before you
yeah.
got there. So it's like 8 to 8:30
Yeah.
or
We
9.
can-
Let's say
It's
9.
still, it's still early morning. We
It's
can just
still
go.
like
Just like-
morning. That's why I'm not really gone about resting because it's still morning.
They will also do skirmishes during the morning. So
Right.
That's why I'd rather we go to Stillcross.
without spells.
Yeah, exactly.
We can do a short rest so that
I could short rest with the carriage, I guess.
Easy for you to say.
No, we're not in fine with the shirt.
don't you have a recovery thing?
Okay.
Yeah,
It
you
won't
have a
recover my
recovery.
exhaustion.
I believe the red-headed elven monk, but in there, there's no reason to go to
Elven monk?
Stillcross.
She's actually Evan?
Or half elven.
Oh.
good on you for not
Oh,
knowing that.
yeah, I'm gonna back her.
You are not
I'm gonna
racist. Good.
Why are we going to Stillcross? We got everything we need, right? We should be as much as possible as the
focus on the
orders
story,
of the.
Attacking the other
No,
one?
yeah, but I thought you're just gonna be fake going to Stillcross.
Well, apparently
We need to.
this transport is going to Stillcross and it's gonna be delivered to someone there. So there might be more of these things there. Don't you wanna make sure that there's no more things
I'm
there?
gonna do it.
No
in
more
4
dark
days.
sides there?
Yes.
That makes
I'm gonna
some
make
sense,
sounds.
but as far as I understand,
And we need an alibi.
And we need an alibi.
What's the alibi? We went to Stillcross.
We didn't kill anyone.
You didn't kill anyone.
right?
Actually, you know what?
I just say that now,
It's not a
but
bad idea.
Why?
Exactly rest right now.
That's what I've been trying to
Because
say.
the alibi means that we.
I feel like we should rest anyway.
I
Short
don't mind a
rest.
short rest, but not a long rest.
Do you know?
How many of us are there?
What?
How many of us are there?
There were.
We're
How
all
many people
here.
are in the party?
Right now?
Well,
There's 7 of you.
the rogue named the rogue took the money from the carriage and left.
You only have 6 in the party at the moment.
How do you declare it? The
We
rogue.
really have to
What?
long rest.
Oh, no, actually, there's just 6 because the rogue, as you look, he's gone.
Yeah, he took.
But there's still 7 people because Adeline
He
is
took
still
the gold that was in the carriage and he left.
I also don't have any spell slots.
Don't you know? So
Why do you think that we're not gonna get ambushed?
You have some sales slots, pa.
Oh wait, yeah, I still have spell slots.
Well, you consume the level 3s.
I don't like to long rest here because we'll be spending 8 hours out in the open.
Yeah, and not just that, but it's our alibi. We should be going there to Stillcross.
If we follow the road, it should be relatively safe. Aside from marauding bands of Kawabangas.
Okay, let's just go. Okay, let's do a vote. Who wants, including the up elf.
Okay.
Vote on, go to Stillcross right now. Raise your hand.
Oh,
I don't
Adeline
want
does
to rest in
nothing.
the desert.
Yes.
Adeline clearly does not want to go to Stillcross because, as far as she's concerned, she wants to corral all of the dark shard that she knows, and there might be merit to having. Yep.
So you want to go to
Back to the
Everton.
back to the fort actually because the dark side is there.
No, we want to go to Stillcross first. Our alibi.
I don't want.
I'll go Adeline.
I'm talking to the redhead. You want to go to Rotting Hills and ambush the other one?
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Although we don't know for sure though if it's
We don't know
left
when it's
yet.
going there. So
That's right.
if we go to Stillcross and go back, we still have cover.
But we did
Yeah,
get
we have covered.
we did get from the interrogation the name of the person that's supposed to pick up the
Sure,
shard.
but we
It's
don't know when
Stillcross.
it's gonna go there. Actually, so.
So that's why I think we should go there, kill the person who's supposed to pick up the dark shards, and impersonate him.
Right now,
And wait.
we're oh,
It's a
we're
longer
not in
trip.
it. It's a longer
With
trip.
no spells.
It's a risk because we
We
need
can
to
rest
cross
along the way.
Everton. The safe way to go there is through Everton.
Yeah.
And we need to go back to
Wasn't there a
Everton.
Duke's party?
Oh right.
Yeah,
I'm
there was
talking
a
about
Luke's party.
cross country.
Don't
I
you
don't
want to
wanna
mingle
recommend
with the
that.
other nobles in Stillcross?
Yeah.
There's a
Duke.
party.
Did you? That's how you get this money. Royalty.
I'm pretty sure I've had enough of this desert environment. The party would feel really good right now.
Yes. But,
I haven't had a bath in days.
I think
Oh,
my
yeah.
my strategy.
I smell like bacon.
Yes, he keeps me clean.
You only mix a pig for tea.
No.
Wait,
with this
wasn't that bacon smell?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I haven't had a bath.
Yeah.
I smell
I
like
just
bacon.
put that in for flavor. If you don't want to smell like bacon, if you don't want your armor to taste like bacon, it's fine. I can make it taste like
I'm afraid
like
to go to
cheese,
parties.
like onion.
Stories
No,
of my
no, no.
my parents' misfortunes might have reached them, and it might, make me feel awkward.
It's okay. I don't have parents.
How did I know that would be so?
Oh, yeah.
Did you kill them?
They died.
They were murdered by
Did
someone
they-
named Joe Chill.
Did they die in
Joe
an
Chill.
alley?
In an alleyway.
I don't remember.
Were you watching it for the
Did the
show
man
before
did
he
the man
died?
that killed them
She
say-
used a hand crossbow. I can guarantee that.
Was this after watching a puppet show?
I don't like
Did he say?
Is that why you don't like
I
puppet
don't
shows?
like puppet shows.
Do you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Oh,
Oh god, that line.
that line.
I
So what's the
can't.
plan?
Also, to be fair, I don't dance. Right now, I don't dance under the pale moonlight. I dance under a rainbow.
Let's.
Yay.
If we cut across here, the worst we will run into is some barbarian.
The worst that we can run into is a orc horde.
Experience.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
That's right.
We could die.
I'm pretty sure that Duke himself might have a lot of experience in his life that he's willing to share with you.
Yes, it could be an opportunity for you to increase your family's reputation by visiting the Duke.
By murdering the Duke. Yes.
By murdering the Duke.
I didn't hear that.
I can look like a dude.
You don't even know who have the Duke except.
No, I just changed myself to look like generic dude.
I am generic Duke.
Yes, yeah.
Is that even a thing? Generic.
So our quest is to unalive the Duke. Okay.
Not
Really?
exclusively.
Guys,
I don't understand in my
Was
ears.
the
What?
Duke
How are you
supposed to pick up these shards?
The shards are supposed to be delivered to
Oh,
the
this
Duke.
is the Duke that she hates.
That's
Yeah.
the Duke that she hates.
Which is why we need to relinquish him from his mortal coil.
Okay.
Why am I hearing
I'm
this?
sure we're gonna kill the Duke. We're gonna interrogate the Duke.
No, you can't hear this. You're probably outside.
Earmuffs.
Yes, and
And the alibi is an important thing.
and we need more.
Remember, the dark shards are still in Efferton
We need more paper.
right now.
We need more paper and ink. Yes, they mentioned they ran out of ink.
A while ago.
When did this happen?
They just recently, maybe like
Magic the thing, I mean.
30 minutes ago.
When they were
We were about to write about
how
About
you
this battle?
single-handedly.
the
Yes.
tiny hut actually.
Oh, they were going to write about how we were arguing about the tiny hut for a
Yes.
half hour. We don't need to include
Yes,
that.
yes. They ran out of ink at that point.
Okay.
So,
Let's go kill the Duke.
We are going to Stillcross.
you're going to Stillcross. No resting.
To
We will
liberate.
short rest.
You will short rest. Alright.
10-15 minutes. Just enough to spend a few hit dice.
The look is bad, the look is bad, the look
Okay.
is bad.
The Duke is definitely bad. I tell you, the reason why you didn't hear any of them was because I was telling you about the Duke.
Her life story growed out all our murders.
It's already short road.
Which is why we need to liberate.
Oh, you already did, right?
Yeah.
Did we
Yeah,
already
we
have
did
this?
our
Okay,
last
okay.
time, so
So we're going to Stillcross.
We're now
Ah.
heading to Stillcross.
Adeline begrudgingly mom grumbles, but does not make too much of a mess. Does not really oppose anything. Based on your explanation that it may or may not be that the other now confirmed caravan of the Dark Shard will be sent to the Rotting Hills, but it's not confirmed if, when it will be sent back, or when it will be sent.
It'll be a while,
Not
because they
yet,
said
Afisa.
they're gathering the elite.
Correct. They were gathering the elite because of the treacherous expedition going down to the Rotting Hills. Okay, so you go. Formation, what's happening? Who's going? What's going on? The cart is repaired, right? Because it only fake repaired. It was only fake damage.
Yes.
We'll do that after the game.
So, should we take both carts?
No, we should leave the wreck cart with the fake. Did you do an illusion of fake
Okay,
bubbles?
where's the other
Fake
erasers?
bubbles.
Fake dark shards.
Okay.
Besides, the other cart got
This is the captured horse. This is
The
Abigail.
captured horse was taken by the rogue.
And this is your horse.
No, the captured horse was taken by the rogue.
He stole the horse?
He rode the horse back to town.
Wait, there's more,
Did the rogue steal the horse?
Didn't the horse?
Which
Wasn't the horse used by the rogue to go back to town?
Wait, you get the horse.
No. For this purpose, it looks like he didn't. It just left.
He just left. Okay,
Mysteriously.
so there's still an extra
So
horse.
yes,
Yeah.
we will have that extra horse to pull the cart. Because Applegate is getting very, very tired.
Applicate.
Right. And this is your horse.
I am going to be in front because
Okay.
someone has to be in front
You
and
will
take
lead.
all the damage.
I thought you wanted back here. Protect our rear.
He
This
can
is
do that.
very, very vulnerable.
He can do that.
Okay.
Remember he got your back.
This girl, she will ride on the back. Okay. I ride inside.
This is me.
That's you?
You should ghost rider him because he's walking. He doesn't have a mount yet.
No, you can
he's
hold
sitting
on
at
to
the
the
back.
back like the jeepney
Okay.
I
conductor.
do that.
How about Lorimar? I mean, what's his name
Normal
again?
inside.
Wait,
Can I be on top?
you're Lorimar, right? What's Rocket's name again?
Ferundul.
Ferendil. How about Ferendil?
Ferndale,
Can we just call him Fairy?
You can call it
Okay.
And how about Bart?
Can we call him Fairy?
What?
Fairy, yeah.
Ferry. Let's just call him
Ferendil.
Fairy.
We'll call him Fairy.
Hooray!
Officially, he is now Fairy. Fairy the Platypus.
Bart, your
Ferry
name
the
is Ferry?
platypus.
No, the
Ferrandale is now Ferry.
the
Oh,
local.
Ferry, yes.
The one we're going to murder is called Ferry.
We got fairy.
Kami, avoid the word murder.
Okay, unalive. The person we will
So much
unalive.
better.
It grumbles at the front,
Okay. We
driving.
are on our way to Stillcross. That's our pretty much our formation. Everyone's mostly on the cart and I'm in front.
Adeline, where's Adeline going?
Probably in the cart with them.
Okay.
Where are you? You're on the horse?
You can ride one. Oh, your horses don't like tieflings, do they?
Wasn't there a horse
I
that
don't
they...
think so.
Yeah, we have 2 horses now pulling the cart.
Faster.
And
It should actually be your horse since you were the one who liberated it.
Okay.
But they're using it on the cart now.
Yes.
It's
But
very-
he likes riding the car, so it's
help
good.
him pull the car.
And I have officially named you Ferry.
You are now Ferry.
You are now Ferry.
Why am I fairy?
It's,
Because you are
easier.
Ferry.
Oh yeah, it's fair into it.
So all three. All
Yeah,
three.
my-
It's like you offer zero resistance. Like, okay, it's
It was
fairy.
amusing how easy that was. I was expecting
Sa next one na
that.
grumble siya.
And
Okay.
Then you're here on
Don't-
your horse.
You're really tempting someone with a fireball right now.
What?
What?
I'm just saying. It's a very beautiful thing to fireball.
A very beautiful
Here's
thing.
the point.
That is
That's
very
the opening scene of
Scary.
No, opening scene of Skyrim is...
In a
running
cart.
away.
Yeah, it's in a cart. Anyway, sir, we are proceeding on our trip to Stillcross.
Proceed as you will.
Yes, no.
Okay,
we're not.
so no one's scouting. Make you're
No,
not
scouting.
Oh my god!
no one's scouting. You just
Look,
just
it's in front.
that's
I'm not scouting.
I scout.
I'm on top of the
I want.
caravan.
Can I be on my dog?
Actually.
I'm not gonna ride with them.
yeah, you can be on your dog.
Yeah, the
Your-
dog is just...
Your dog is large somehow.
It's
Oh, no,
not-
you're
it's just
scared.
small.
I'm
No,
not
you're
small.
just small. Yep, you can do that.
Is it dog named Cameron?
Yes.
No
What?
Fuck!
What?
I know. It's fine. It's worth it.
It's worth it. It's a
Double
double
twenty.
exploding point.
Nothing, nothing should ambush us. Literally. That's like nothing ambushes us.
Nothing ambushes you. You see everything from a mile away. So here's what you see.
What the?
What does your
Nothing.
You see many because you're going all the way west to Stillcross, right?
I know this place very well. I live here.
From the vantage point of
This is
north
what my hustling I see.
and south, you can see certain warbands of orcs and actually at this point some gnolls from the north, as per the case in the Savage Barrens. You definitely try to commandeer the entire caravan to lay low for a bit so that you are kuan. Sometimes you take an alternate route off path a little bit just to slide it down. Nothing gets past you. Something does get in front of you though. There is another caravan coming ostensibly from Stillcross,
Ooh.
Oh.
approaching you. At a certain point, you're now probably around halfway in into the
Have they
Stillcross.
seen us?
No, they do not see you because of what she does.
Okay.
Because of your double 20 roll, it is you would say a caravan. Traditionally, not really a caravan, but it's more just like a buggy actually.
So it's just like
Okay, I can imagine a horse and buggy.
And an open
Yeah.
mostly halflings.
Like the
You
one-
recognize some of them
What do
probably.
you see inside?
They are carrying what seems to be some sort of like
It's a
green
tartanilla.
leaf tartanilla, fully loaded green stuff.
Cabbages.
Yes.
Stop.
Stop.
Was that you?
Just a bunch of halflings with loaded with some produce approaching you guys.
Yeah, it's all halflings scouting, halflings on top there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Well,
on
maybe
top
if
of
you
the
do.
caravan.
You don't know this.
Sorry.
I'm on top of the caravan doing this.
They are.
Wait.
No,
Do I
I
know?
declared.
Do they seem familiar to me?
You would surmise based on those rolls that they are from Stillcross, indeed.
The opposite farmers, do I personally know them?
Let's say you don't.
It's not.
They know you, but you don't know
Oh my
them.
God.
Okay.
It's a dog riding hero.
Actually, yeah, mine is there.
And they're
Well,
approaching
I did
you.
ride my dog back then.
They're approaching you for sure. Well, and they're
Heading in
gonna
the general direction.
meet.
Yeah,
We
so
go.
I kinda, how do you call it? Kinda, I calmly go to them so that they don't get startled or anything.
Okay.
And you know the way habal-habal drivers go up to you,
Yep.
be like, by kanang,
Habal-habal.
elevation.
Ito gabay.
Habal-habal.
Habal-habal mo. But it's like,
Buggy bang.
no, it's more like, hey, I haven't been in the area for quite some time. Yes, what's his face? What's his name again?
The dude?
The Dope.
Duke Desmond.
Yeah, is he still there?
It's still alive.
So that's your that's your
Just my
habal-habal.
opening,
Is
just
there-
my habal-habal opening spiel.
As you approach with let's say, out of the corner of their eye from overlooking horizon, there appears to be like a standing on a car, and they're perturbed, but they see you,
Mm.
seeing a familiar face, they relax, and they greet you, but of course, in your blunt way, how's the Duke?
Yeah.
Still a dick. That's why you call him Dick, right?
Yeah.
Why? Are you heading back out there? He's
Well, I'm
not.
not really allowed to go in the city, right? But I kind of have business with a couple of friends. The scary guys at the back, those are actually my friends.
Oh, these guys from the Dustlands there.
Yeah, I made a lot of friends inside that Shepherd.
Oh, they know the Dustlands for sure.
Do they know DFC?
No,
Do they
Dax.
know Dax? Do they know Dax?
It's a
Of course they do.
Kita, we're the
Kita.
Dax.
Great to see you're doing well though. So these are this is the crew that you're running around with.
DFC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought
it was not
trying
that.
to
okay.
see what I can do about the situation in our town.
Did they arrive?
Oh.
There's a party. Is that real?
A party?
Is that true?
Well, as abnormal things is coming in here, there's a lot of, they look at
Do
you.
we really
Yeah,
need to talk to the dude?
more batches of people coming in to sort of try their fortunes, find their fortunes, and all of that stuff. It hasn't stopped though. I mean, we've been telling them based on what you told us from the tree huggers. It's no gold happening here, but I guess they're just
Yeah, but do we need to get
fine.
to the dude?
All
Do we
good
need
though.
to-
In any case, we got a side hustle coming on here because a few of us actually went to Efferton, and somehow, and he pats the sagbot in the skuan.
Oh, yeah, the
Dozik,
cabbages.
the halfling, he's been asking for a lot of these
Oh.
specific type of weeds. So
Okay.
What's the name of the weed? Do I know?
make a nature check.
So that's what they've been feeding it.
My juju.
Wait, 13 plus
Mm.
150.
Okay.
Hey, 14.
Okay, these are what's known as they are known as a downy poke weed.
Okay.
These are usually not that valuable. They're used for like anti-allergy medication for when the spring pollen season comes in.
I know what
Strange there that there's like they're being gathered in certain areas available. They usually get picked up not on Stillcross itself, but around the hills surrounding Stillcross.
How did you come? I mean, how did you get these? Do you grow them yourself?
No, they don't seem to grow at the Stillcross. I don't know with this. We just got sent by Dosic. I guess there's some sort of outbreak happening, but they've been asking for it.
Alternatively, you could do this.
Efferton has been asking for it. I don't think they're paying, but Dosic is doing something in
They're
there.
not paying you for and asking for this. That's kind of
No, Dosic is paying for it. It's all the instructions are Dosic is paying for it somehow. I don't know how. And then having it shipped to Efferton. I just don't think. I mean, what would standing military army want with a couple of antihistamines, basically?
Maybe they're sick, you know. I don't know. But
You guys came from there. Do they look sick? Is there just like a plague happening?
well, I can't really tell. I mean, I haven't been there for a very long time. Essentially, just passed
By the way,
by.
they're gonna
But
cross that.
I'll let you know
It's
if
like-
you know. I'm pretty sure there's no epidemic. I mean,
I'm
I'm
sure
okay.
there is.
I'm not
They're
sick.
gonna
Don't
cross
worry
that.
about
That's
it.
good.
Yeah,
That's
they
good.
will.
But let me know. Like, if you can just try to keep it secret that I'm back because the dude doesn't really like me. But my friends and I are just visiting, and we'll try to see if we can do something about
Did you?
the dude. But no promises, okay?
When you say do some, you know what? I'm not even gonna talk. If something happens to Duke, we'll spit on his grave. It's fine. I'd rather not know. But that seems extreme, though. But again, he's already taken everything from me, so.
That's true. But I'll see what I can do, right?
Yeah.
Do you recommend any place to stay that my friends and I can,
Well,
stay
number
in?
one, I can tell you the places not to go. Definitely, in any place, you're always welcome for sure, based on what you've done for us. That's a lot. Try not to go to the summer house, which is now just basically a blank desert land somehow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's still, no one has done anything to it.
Also, try not to go to the port itself, that's where he's been hanging out a lot.
The Drew has been hanging out a lot on the floor.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of cargo coming in, going out. Actually, more just people coming in usually. In fact, we got some crazy people here. They came in. It's like, well, take a look at this at the back end. Yeah, you asked before that where we get this. It's like this doesn't grow in Stillcross all the way to the hills. Giant infested, right?
Wait.
Well,
I came from
Just where?
Stillcross.
What hills?
Wait.
Right.
I'll explain
Yeah.
later.
yeah. Some people, I guess there's the less fun right now. Some people go straight to the Dustlands without actually knowing the lay of the land. They
Right.
get screwed, and some people just stay also for odd jobs. In fact, this is one of the odd jobs that we have right now. A couple of those people, some idiots that come ship here, some crazy sailor guy.
Oh, do you know what his name is?
Yeah, he's dumb as a brick. I don't know his name.
Oh. Well, I look for a dumb brick guy. We don't usually have that in Stillcross anyway.
He's like basically something is screwed with this loose because he's basically pretty good. He's working as a distraction right now, trying to round up all those uglies and giants while we pick up the plants with relative ease.
That's
We
great.
card it out. We're
So
good.
you're using him. Oh no, I'm
That's
not there.
wonderful.
He's being.
You can't
He
say that
is-
we're using him. He says,
I'm
"I
not
am the
there, I'm not
parts."
there, I'm not there, I'm not there.
Alright,
He's
nice.
all like, "I am the powerful. I shall slay you." It's like, knock
Definitely.
yourself out. You know this guy? Is he part of your troop?
No, but that's a really interesting
Like the
character
recruit.
to know. I might need his help some way or another, but that's enough. He was on the port, right?
Yeah, well, he's being sent to the hills right now, though. There's Dosik has been asking for another shipment. This one was good. It's probably gathering it around somewhere.
Hey, if you get any more cargo, can you let me know?
Sure.
I'll try to look into it because I don't want you guys to be sick or anything too, right?
No.
I mean, if you go to Everton, you get sick and then you come back, what will happen to Stillcross, right?
Yep, this is a pretty nice side deal happening right now, though. I just don't know if it's sustainable for sure.
Right. I mean, any money is great. Well, I'll be heading to Stillcross. Thanks for letting me know what's up with the town. I'll see you around. Maybe we
Yep,
could
I'll see you around,
hang
thanks.
out and have a few drinks.
I'll appreciate that. Off we go.
And
Clip,
then-
clop, clip, clop, clip,
So
clop,
I
and they
go back and tell the party about anything that I learned about the dude is still there. Dosing is ordering antihistamines
Mhm.
for
I'm more interested.
Everton.
I'm more interested
I
in
think
the
that's
dumb
the
brick.
weed that's probably going to
They're
the
feeding.
ogres. But
Yes.
I think that the main reason why they can farm this, because they can't normally farm this, is because
If
of the
this,
displacement of the trees. Because of the gems, right? Because remember they would
but someone's
relocate
helping them,
everything.
right?
I don't.
So that is evidence that the gems may have possibly passed by here.
Well,
It might still
it
even
already
be here.
passed. It already passed here. Not here,
You're
but
talking about the displacement of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
area into
they're
the...
trying to farm a very
Yeah.
specific weed and then having it sent to Africa. But normally they don't really need that. Maybe they're using it against the orcs. So I really need to go back to Everton and check out that
Well, we
ship.
are going back to Everton tomorrow.
And we have to avoid the summer house, which we will never go back to anyway. The port, because that's where the Duke is always, unless you want, unalive him. And
Oh god.
I need
He was speaking in code because this one
Oh,
can't understand words like unalive.
I have a new one.
by the way,
To
you
remedy
might
his
want to recruit
constitution.
somebody.
Really? What's
He's
this?
a very interesting character. He is supposed to be
Ascend him
a
to a
sailor, but he's
higher
dumb as a
plane.
brick.
To ascend
But
into
he's
iron.
really strong, so
That
you
is
might
my
wanna
goal.
Many people that's very strong.
Exactly, right?
I
And
flex.
not very smart.
I flex.
More
Okay.
strong.
Ooh,
Not very smart. I stop flexing.
That sounds like our kind of guy.
Alright, that sounds like our kind of guy. So where is he again? The port area?
No?
No, hills.
Yes.
It's being sent to the hills right now.
So we go to the
Maybe he's
hills?
still there trying to kill stuff. Unalive stuff. Ascend stuff to higher planes.
Mm.
You're underestimating the. What's your
Right.
name, please?
So at the back of the cart where you left,
Just a
and
few
then you
more and then I
progress further,
I
you
smell
are
the
3/4 of the
onion
way
shit.
in,
Okay.
and
Oh,
you
yeah,
are
it's
now
right
getting to
already.
the enclave here,
Okay.
entering the forest area, going in because that's the path in there. Based on your 2020 checks, nothing other than the usual rustle of dust in the distance, but they seem to be unawares
I pressed
of you.
M. Where is the hills
Nice.
ngayon? Pasabot the Rapping Hills?
No. Still cross.
Sa Stillcross, the
Oh,
outskirts
yeah,
of the
there.
Stillcross.
No, what Sammy was saying was the weed normally just grows around mountains.
Uh-huh.
In the hills of Stillcross.
Yeah. But they're able to, and I think that's what the Duke is buying from the port because he's always at the port. Right? They might be like
He's
exporting
buying
it.
Or he's waiting for the black sharks.
That's probably
You should be waiting
true.
by the gate.
Well,
No,
we
you
need
wait at the
more
port.
information.
If
We
you
don't
wanna-
really.
Because the shards would have passed through the gate if we did not liberate.
There could be sharks coming from the sea.
There could be sharks coming from everywhere. Let's just go.
Okay. As you go, as you approach into the opening of Stillcross, there's a clump of forest coming in. As you would expect some sort of you would expect some sort of higher security based on the situation in the Dustlands, where it's just security sentry guards across the way, and in Everton, where it's like full military defense. That's the one. With the ogres on defense. Here it's relatively nothing. As per the experience of Merla and for Bart, this had been some sort of tree hugger wild expedition, open wild sort of situation with a bunch of hills along the way. No one greets you so far, but from a downward incline, you can now smell the scent of salt water pouring in, and from across the horizon, you now see a bustling port city somehow. On the further side is logging and lumber happening on one side. One clearly constructed stone keep situation, the only one of its kind, where you presume that's where the quarters of Duke Desmond Didericus the Dick currently persist. And in one part of the area, a misapplied, like a broken puzzle piece,
Mist?
flat desert land, which is somehow
Which
just
is
been
what
mushed
used to be
in.
the summer homes, probably.
Correct. And it appears there. Now, strikingly, when you remember the situation all the way back in the Upheaval lands, before you actually get into the clearing area where the transported presumably clearly from now happens, there was supposed to be an outer radius of destructed
Trees.
right, like devastation, where like the warping or the the transporting situation made the surrounding air sort of unstable. But in here it's just like grass, hill, desert land, like it's just been popped in. And of course, the replacement area, there's just nothing, just plain desert. There is some sort of cordon off situation, uh, probably because there was some makeshift wooden planks, or when it first, presumably when it first happened, where no one knew what's figured out, but it has been abandoned right now. That it's been probably discovered by all the duration at this time. It's just a transported land that's happened. Right. As you approach down to the downward incline, there is a first. Before you get to the city, port city, there is a
We're through the gates now.
yes, like a mountain outback house sort of situation, where there appears to be the local residents, the tree huggers of the green, initially, where you can, and Merla would know this, and you would know this, where you expedition from around the hills for some sort of nature trek situation, and of course, pubs and taverns in the timber wood areas, and that's the first thing you meet. You park your cart
Yeah, in
here.
yeah, we park the cart.
I think you should wear a cloak. Or
Oh,
have
yeah.
him disguise you.
No, I'll just wear a cloak. The people will hide me.
Ah.
The people will hide me, don't worry.
Right.
Jump down.
Okay. That's right.
People run away.
When you jump down, the whole thing goes up. Oh, wow.
Ever so
Really?
slightly.
So we
Oh,
go
harbor.
in and I
Yeah. it's
talk to
a lot.
the. So when I go in, do people notice me? I mean, they recognize me?
When they go in, you're trying to hide yourself, right? So make a stealth check now, example, or the disguise check.
Those giants.
Stealth. I'm fine with stealth.
There's no disguise.
No, me first.
Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah, no, you're not even trying to pretend. You're just trying to hide. So stealth check.
We're together at this, right?
9
What?
plus 5, 14.
14. Okay. You try to make yourself nondescript, but clearly, as per usual, at least in the case of the Stillcross, mostly halflings in this area and the tree huggers, they have noticed definitely a lot of foreign beings coming in through this port, trying to get into the Dustlands to strike gold.
Right.
They're curious why people would come back, and they're trying to take a look at your cart if there was any gold to be had, curiously. But you cannot hide the one halfling where people assume you to be some sort of guide to get them through, or like a Sherpa to the Dustlands. Like, nope, they recognize you.
Oh.
Hey, a drink, a drink! Shh, quiet. She's not supposed to be here. But not in that, like, you're not supposed to be here, please get out. And we're, shh, come on, just put it in here.
Right.
Welcome
They
back.
respect her.
They respect her. He's the.
Let her stay.
Yeah.
So I
Welcome
just
back.
go to the. What's his. Wait. I should know his name. What's his name?
Shit.
Every time! Every time!
I always do this.
Jonathan.
His name is shit.
Use that name.
Jonathan.
Huh?
Jonathan the halfling.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan.
The
A
halfling number
couple
one.
of friends and I are visiting for a very short while. Can
Ask
you
him
spare
about
us
the
a few
sailor.
rooms?
No problem.
Great. I also heard about a sailor. Dumb as a brake sailor that was causing a bit of a problem for
Oh.
a couple of people. Can you tell me where he went?
Oh, it's right here. And then from right here, from where you're standing, there are now 5 halflings trying to argue with you. No, we have to go there. The shipment has to be made now. Come on, please, you can do it. Please go there. Let's go. Way to go.
What?
He's not confused. He's hurting himself again.
Look. I don't know what to tell you. No gold. There is no gold here anymore. You're not the first for me. You're not the first for me to say that. You won't be the last as well. But here, this is not gold, but this is just to get real money. All you need to
Do I
do
hear
is
this?
to go deep into the hillside. Just try to avoid some of the hill giants. Distract them a little bit. We can get the shipment right there.
Do I
Come
hear
on,
this?
and we'll split the profits. Yeah, you hear this for sure.
I stride in.
Oh shit.
I screwed
Gold, you say? If you can join our... we offer gold and magic items
And
treasure
and murder. We haven't
We
seen
all
An adventure.
there.
and
We haven't
adventure.
seen that gold in a while.
But we have been seeing a lot of treasure and magic items for a while.
And murder.
An adventure, not murder.
The last
You're not
one
here.
that joined took off with all the gold.
Join us,
I
and
don't
you can
think
be
it's smart
contracted
enough
to
to pay
the
what we
Dustlands
need.
Adventuring Company.
And
How much are the gnomes offering?
Huh?
They just said there's no gold.
I mean, the profits. What's the profit that they want to split?
Yeah, because you
Just the
know.
shipment?
Yeah, for this one shipment. No, because
My friend mentioned magic items.
Such a simple.
and then they notice you approaching. Are you with this guy? Are you can you help us?
No, I was trying to recruit him. He seems to be the.
You can't do that. No, no, we got him. He's on our
Sorry,
board.
he's a free man.
Yeah, but he's still. But we already have a pre-existing plan with this guy.
Oh, you could ask him.
What kind of pre-existing agreement would you have had with this guy?
Well, it was great.
I don't stride in, I just casually walk in. I'm like Strider here.
No, it was great. The deal was for two wagon loads of the stuff. The first day was great, but now it turns out we need more and can't find it on the area when we need to go a little bit deeper.
Halflings hiring humans? This world is upside down. Halflings are the servants. They're supposed to get hired by humans, not the other way around.
And just to tell the people over here, just calm down.
He's crazy.
He's kind of a loony, that's what happens when you deal with magic. Calm down.
Yeah, we're used to it. I mean, this is like another dick human.
Yeah, I know, right?
Except for you. No, except for you. You're cool. So it's okay. Just a few clicks north of the place. I'm sure we can find more of the pokeweed there. And that'll be 2, and then that'll be done, and then we can split the profits.
Or
and you'll be on your way.
Or
You have nothing better to do. I'm telling you, tell him there's no gold, right? No gold. No gold in the Dustlands. No
He
gold.
was not supposed to be, no?
I am not lawful good.
I am not. No.
I know he's a good guy in real life, but don't. He's trying his best, okay?
Do you really want him?
Hmm?
You really want him?
He appears really
Flex.
strong. We
Yeah,
could
yeah,
use more strong guys like you.
I can't appear some of this.
And I
Pass
said,
the-
yes, there
pass-
is no
pass
gold
the
in gold.
giants?
He looks more like a
Look,
bear
look,
than
man.
Yeah, I say this.
Sorry.
Yes, there is no gold, no more gold in on Dustlands, but there is still gold and treasure in Dustlands Adventuring Company.
Let me try again. There, no gold. Here, gold, little bit. Go grass, mountain, giant. You can not small giant. Push small giant.
Normal.
We pick
Maybe
weeds.
we want to
Done.
go on that quest.
Done.
I don't think so. I don't want to pick weed.
Should we
But isn't this the same
Do you
weed that
wanna
Merla was interested in Everton?
Yeah, we could poison the weed and then send it to the.
Wasn't the one that was
Or we could
being
just smoke
used
the
to?
weed.
Interesting. I approached the halfling. If we help him help you, can we take him after?
I don't care. Just need to get shipment done. What do you need him for?
I don't know. He wants it.
Whatever works.
He saw him across the room and it was love at first sight.
Well, we kinda need to do something while we're here.
And Adeline goes, I knew it. Fairy, rainbow.
That is
I knew
not the point. Adeline, we need more muscle in the group.
Well,
We have too many spellcasters in the.
Too many fairies?
Too many fairies. I like
well,
that.
to be fair,
If I'm
we
a
kinda
fairy,
need
you're
to
a
do
fairy
something
too.
in Stillcross while we're here. We can We can spend the time recruiting this guy, or we can spend the time talking with Duke.
I am so
So
I like the
whichever.
idea of helping him instead of
I'm down.
ascending the Duke.
I know our.
Sending the Duke.
He
To a higher
doesn't
plane.
want to. He does not want to eviscerate said Duke.
He's not going to go up, he's going to go down.
We need to encourage the passage of time for the group.
Yes.
To hasten the passage of time for the Duke.
Yes,
Like with you.
like Eddie was saying, that he would really like this Duke to join him where Eddie lives.
Is there gold?
We should
Who's
introduce.
Eddie?
Who's Eddie?
Eddie is
Who
grown.
the hell is Eddie?
Eddie is Raven.
You guys know Eddie?
Ah, he's the rogue that died.
No.
Hell.
Eddie.
So as you approach this,
Hello.
all you're hearing now is
Eddie.
small people talk.
Yeah, we should.
Big
we
people
should
also
introduce
talk.
the Duke.
Now more
Already.
big angel talk. I'm confused. And all you hear is clip, money, profit, clip, magic items, profit, clip.
Duck.
Something about honor, blah blah, not happening.
I'm down with either one.
Um,
I mean,
Magic
it might
item.
also be actually good for us to get some samples of this weed in case we
Okay.
can use it for the
Look at
ogres.
them.
does
Look
it
at that.
supposed to get?
Who do
We
you think
really
has more
want
money?
Yeah.
Magic item guy.
We need.
Ching! Magic item guy got the money.
Show them your stuff.
What stuff?
Take out his clothes.
That stuff.
Take
Oh.
take off your clothes.
No, it's the bar that takes off his clothes.
No, he takes out the
The
slip
removable
finger.
rod. The rainbow.
I-
I'm
sign.
not letting my side out. What
I
the
placed
fuck?
I'm just saying, show him what we've acquired so far.
I placed the movable rod in front of me.
Take
I
out,
used it like
take
a
out
bomb.
my coin and flip it. And I have to flip a coin.
Yeah. Give me a removable rod.
I will show him the
There we go.
movable rod.
Heads is light, tails is dark.
Had to say.
Darkness is cast all around us.
Why?
Yeah,
Now
magic
we
item.
can't see anything.
Oh, that's a magic item?
Yeah, that's a coin.
Yes, you didn't know about this.
Now we can't see anything.
I cast darkness everywhere.
I cast light as a cantrip.
A dome of darkness. As you cast light, it actually suppresses it.
Yeah, your light is a
okay.
Yeah,
cantrip.
it's
Takes
the
it
dark
to
magic
another
level.
level.
It's
What is that?
Yeah, magical.
I forgot about that.
You know that we
Okay.
can't negotiate if we can't see any other shinies.
True.
Wait.
We should
If
pick it
I
up.
transform,
Oh,
will these
but
will I
We need to
be-
see him shine.
Ariel, now
Probably
she
not.
tends to cup a field.
I'm sorry.
What did I just hear?
I did not say
What
that
is
way.
this?
Ah, so you did it for his
Are you
benefit.
sexually
No.
attracted to our
No, I'm
potential?
not saying this way.
I mean,
I'm just trying to recruit him for muscle.
so you're recruiting him for muscle.
You are
There.
Yeah, he's a
front
fairy.
line.
What is
Front
going
line.
You want his front line?
Front line. Combat.
You're interested in his body.
You want,
You
want
just
to
told
be
that
behind him.
you want him for his muscles.
When you remove the darkness, he's silent.
You do not
I now know why they call you fairy.
Out of all the
But just so that
arguments
then-
of all of
I think
the.
it would have freaked everyone out that there's darkness.
Yeah.
We're just talking casually. We don't even know who we're talking to.
Well, I remember there was the coin, and I did see him. He did flip it in front of us.
You will notice also that in the area, that definitely because some things happen here, that is they're shocked because of the dark that happened. But they're not as shocked as you think, which makes you assume that yeah, there's a lot of actually bored foreigners coming in here because there's no gold and all of that.
Another
Keep
group.
it down, you guys.
We got this.
The halflings actually now notice this Merlin
How?
because all of the large people talking.
We grabbed Merla into the darkness.
How freaked out
I am
is
so sad to be dragged into the night.
So they approach you. No, where do we go? Are you?
Yeah, they're friends.
Are you
They're just
freaking
having
out?
fun.
You
Let's
got that, guys?
not tell anyone
No,
that I'm
I'm a sailor. I'm
This is
used
just
to
a
it.
bunch of
Word.
this is just a bunch of bored nobles.
They're just being. Oh,
What?
by the way, is there a noble party? I have noble friends.
What am I
right?
doing in my life?
And
A noble party?
yeah, I heard that there was this noble party
The
though.
only
Yeah,
time
it's Duke, what's his face, holding a party.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
shiggy diggy. A shindig.
a ball.
You and you you and Lorimar make a knowledge check. Knowledge
There is no
history.
knowledge. Probably
History check?
No,
History check.
Knowledge what?
It's a
History, I
history
guess.
check.
We need our 3.5.
19.
Huh?
I don't know.
19.
Why don't I?
Just you.
I have no clue.
You have no clue.
I have no clue.
Can I roll?
I was just here days ago. Why can't I do it?
You're noble?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can roll too.
Why can't I
But
roll?
it's,
Your elf.
it's
I
a
know.
high intellect.
Oh, man.
You don't even know what the roll is.
Wait,
4.
I'm in a computer. Can I try?
You can try
It's
with
history.
He's a bard. He
You
can.
have to be
19, 18,
I
and
can do anything. No.
7.
alright, 7.
11.
As far as you know, a duke, a du-
Only
du-
the races do. Yeah.
a duchy is pretty much
You,
high up.
is that what you call the
Duchy, a duchy,
A
a duchy, a duchy,
Duchy.
a duchy is pretty high up on the sequence, right? But you would know, especially for this case, is that if you get assigned a duchy or a duchy of Stillcross or any other,
Hey, I remember this. This was exposition before.
I did.
Yeah, the
Yeah, you did.
In any other area
This
that's
Duke was
on
such a dig that he got assigned here.
right on a frontier land, if
I
you're
remember
given,
this.
it's
In my
basically
class.
it's an insult sort of punishment to get you in here, but you can't refuse it because it's a duchy, right?
Yeah.
Right. They get sent as emissaries to other kingdoms.
Yeah,
So to the extent that that's the case,
Duchy.
it's unlikely that there's gonna be parties happening to host or anything in these frontier areas as that's the case. But to respond to you, more of the same, just usual people from the Gallaran Empire getting into here. It's a lot of travel papers and income coming in here for the Duke.
Right.
For the Duke. But somehow he's been hanging out at the port. It's like there's no parties happening. That doesn't happen here.
So there's no party.
It's been he's expecting something though. Meanwhile, still being a dick. They're just trying to make sure that we are actually producing more of the logging.
Right.
And pretty
I
bad.
expect them to do that.
Yep. So that's what happened there.
Okay, that's good enough information. Thanks so much. And I tell, what's the name that you just made earlier? The bartender.
Yeah.
I tell the bartender,
Jonathan.
hey, can you give this guy like dinner or something? It's on me. And then I throw how much?
Dinner, yay, dinner.
Do you see that?
How much is
Money.
dinner for everybody in this tavern?
How you still in
How much is
darkness? You're in
how much is
darkness.
dinner for everyone in this tavern?
Oh, it's
I reflect on
pretty
my
fun.
reflection.
It's pretty like frontier area. Dinner for this tavern would probably take you like
How
10
long does that
minutes.
last?
Ah, okay.
Can you
She's rich.
I'm rich.
She's rich. She's richer
For
than the
dinner,
nobles
like-
combined.
Dinner for
I can't
everyone.
even decide which it's going to cast. So how would I be able to turn it off?
Alright.
You should have thought of that when you talked.
We just have to walk out of it.
Yeah. And Jonathan addresses you. Here's what's been happening so far outside of that.
We can take him away from the.
Well, the Duke came in here in a huff.
A what?
The Duke came back here a few weeks ago, like
In a
really
huff.
angry
Okay.
in a huff, and wrote ravens. He came from the Dustlands. Meanwhile, he's been
Oh.
driving us, getting taxes up on all of the halfling folk
That's
in here.
really annoying.
Wait, it came
Yeah.
from the restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came from the Dustlands. Initially, when he already met you guys
There's a
in
concentration.
the Dustlands, right? And you made a deal with
The
him.
coin is
That-
concentrating on it.
Or you did make a deal with him with the king of Paladin.
That was
That was him.
that was
Trying
him.
to acquire his property back.
And it's
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And then what he did was he was gonna rue the day that's gonna happen, and he's still
No,
ruining
it
the
was
day.
how do you call this? Courtly delayed. Like
Yep.
you politics, yeah.
Right.
He got
And then
politics.
you might get it's better. So pretty much nothing much is happening here. The thing here though that's been new is that the
You tried to reach it? What happened?
you try to reach it. No?
Willing it to come to him.
Alright.
So yeah, so far it's been lax that we thought that there would be some sort of terrorists coming in here if there were some gold coming in. That's not happened.
And I guess you got really
Right.
angry and all of you then.
Well, the other thing that the only other racket we have here aside from the tree hugging, which is well, it's still there, but you know, there's only so much you can do, is that's the only thing that right now is Dozik. He managed to get the ear of the Legion commander, and for some reason he wants these damn weeds.
Who's the Legion commander?
Yeah, like
Borso
What is
Hitman,
that?
the Legion
Oh,
commander.
right, the Legion
I'm getting
commander.
water.
And he went there, and so that's the only racket here. That's why I've been trying to convince this guy because he was the only one that's dumb. I mean, strong enough
Maybe we
to
should
do it.
You know what? We're going back to Atherton anyway,
Mhm.
so we can just bring the dumb weeds for you.
Oh,
Because
you
we're
could.
gonna go back tomorrow, right?
We have a cart.
That's great.
And we have a card.
you have
We
a
could,
carriage.
we could use a different card, but
Also,
Oh yeah, we
we
need
don't have
a
enough
cart, but we
space
have a
for
horse.
other.
but I understand that you don't have enough weed with you
You're
yet.
still in the
so-
darkness.
We can hear you.
Okay.
But I understand that you don't have enough of that weed
This
with
is
you.
such
That's
a
why you
weird
needed
scenario.
big
It's like,
strong guy.
alright,
How long does it last? The
1 minute.
darkness?
1 minute.
Actually, the first cart was fine because it's just close enough to the area, and he was basically there just for muscly. He was quite bored, didn't do anything. The next one though, we had to. The only way we could actually sustain this quota is to go deeper into the hills, and we're trying to convince this guy, but I don't know why he's resisting. Maybe he's bored, or he's just really.
Or he's just really dumb. That's not
She's
bad.
resistant to damage, I hear. Maybe that's why.
So I don't know. Maybe you could do us a solid.
Wait, out of character.
Yep.
So,
They
They
just
want
need
to
some people to
harvest
get
more?
harvest more.
Yeah.
In
where
order
is
to
it
protect them.
exactly?
I would say that it's just somewhere around the hills of Stillcross, somewhere there.
Okay.
Wait,
Alright.
I'm down, I guess.
I have a question.
I mean,
that's
So there's no
important.
party.
Yes.
But
There's no
instead of
party.
going to the
Why?
party.
Hey, you made it back.
I did.
We
And
can-
I'm still alive. Sadly, not within the.
What happened to the
campaign.
meat actually?
But
Huh?
anyway, quick question.
Nasa doon naman
Why
yung
is it so
video.
difficult to get the weed yourself?
Obviously, it just needs like some muscle. We've harvested around the base of those hills, but usually the hills
Or alive.
exposition, usually they are sometimes infested with the giants
What kind of giant?
in big giants, just a large folk.
Like,
Oh.
They usually sneak in here through the rotting hills. Sometimes the anvil pass sort of protects them, but somehow they sort of sneak in. They don't usually go to the plains
right?
since I guess it's hot or something to that effect. They stay around the area.
These giants are
Sometimes
hot.
they do cross over in here. We do have the tree huggers know the exact routes where they don't where they don't actually go to. But the weed actually requires us to go there because it's been out. And I don't know what Dozik has been doing here, but he needs the shipments right now. It's on special order. And it's the only good money paying right now, so it's we still have like a couple of days left before we can make the
I
delivery.
actually like this idea. I actually want to
Well,
have
we also need some
Those like
sample of the weeds.
So yeah, this is in our
Let's say that if
register.
your nature check, you can already determine what those weeds are.
Those are the weeds.
You'll find
Those are the weeds that were carried. So
So,
Giants.
that's the
Giants.
first package, and this is the second package
Alright.
that they need.
But I don't know.
We need
Why
to
did,
take
no,
the
my
drugs
thing
from
is,
this giant
other character,
to
how
give
do
it
they
to the
get
other
it
giants in Africa.
very quickly? Don't
Out of-
answer.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we'll totally do it for you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're 100% expendable.
It's on the way.
We can do
But,
it for you.
um,
We're gonna bring.
We actually kind of want to do something about Duke as well.
Well, he's not. Let's just do this first and do it if you only have enough time for one. And besides, I know
Do you
some.
wanna analyze the Duke?
No, I know there are some.
Or do you want to do the mountain thing?
I wanna do the mountain thing, and I'm sure you're also interested in doing the mountain thing because you are looking for orcs to kill.
We can do the mountain. we can also pass by the Duke's house and just blow it up.
He might not be there. He's at the port.
He's at the ports. I'm actually
Oh.
curious as to why he's always at the ports.
But I like the mountain thing.
You know, I think he'd talk to you if you go be a Duke and do your Duke things and try to talk to
Operation
him about...
Generic Duke.
Yeah, Operation
The forts, the forts are also usually where the whorehouses are. So that's probably why he hangs out at the port.
So that's why I asked
I
her
think
there.
he's more of a, you know, I am very
We passed
greedy,
through
I
there.
fucking
Yes.
need gold, then I want to fuck women
That's where she got her
type of
money.
guy. But, you know, it
Wait,
wouldn't
wait,
hurt
wait.
if you guys just check it out, and then we'll meet, like, in a few hours, and then we'll go to the mountain.
I'm down with going to the mountains.
Like, just check out the Duke, and maybe, you know, if you make him, he makes you angry, just kill him or something.
I'm going with the mountains area.
Who's gonna talk to this man?
Talk to the Duke and gather information.
You just ignore this guy's like,
Yeah, he's gonna come with us, right?
Yeah, he's gonna totally, like,
Big guy promise magic item.
We got you will get magic items. Here, can I Vance? Can I borrow your immovable stick? Here, hold it. Bring it.
No, that's the entrance exam. If you can move this stick, you're going with us.
Hello.
And then we'll be like, oh, you can't move this stick. We'll still take your lung. We won't pee you anymore.
Oh god.
Wait, where's everybody?
Smoking, probably.
Wait, there's no fighting happened yet.
No,
We're getting
no.
there, relax.
We want to talk about what the plan is gonna be. What they
Okay.
want to do.
Oh my god.
Well, that
You
sounds
wanna
good.
do.
I mean, it's not really, technically it's not that dangerous. We just need to go deeper.
Yeah.
I think that what Everton is doing to the whatever those
What is the
giant
theory?
bros
Right.
Mm-hmm.
is not good. So anything that moves us forward to liberating them
Yeah, straight and right.
is a step in the right direction.
Right. We just need to know what they want to do.
We haven't established that your character is from the empire that shares the same king, right?
Oh.
Huh?
You,
Yeah.
yeah. You're a noble, but you're not technically. We haven't established if you're a noble from the Galarian
Ah, yeah.
Empire. Yeah, okay.
Where are you from?
I don't know the places.
Do you
yet.
want to?
Do you want to?
You pick a place in the
No, but
map and that's
yeah,
where
all
you're
I'm
from.
saying is the only way where you.
No, I arrived from Stillcross.
Okay.
So
Right.
I'm somewhere from the west.
Yeah, so the only all I'm saying is the only way you can justify overthrowing this if this is not your koan.
I know.
Okay.
This is not your turf.
This is not your turf, exactly.
Everton is diba is a third party like
Everton is basically a military junta. Everton
it's a
is-
mercenary guild.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not tied. They're working for, but they're not part of the empire.
No, they're not. The only empire here right now is because the empire is all the way west, and this is just a foothold. You're in the frontier lands right now, so the only if you say you came through via Stillcross, and you're a noble, that's why I try to establish if you're not from the clan because Stillcross is basically Galarian Empire territory,
Ah.
which is diplomats
Are you
like a,
from? Is he from?
Where is my hometown? It's not hometown.
it's not on that map, yeah. So I'm assuming you're nobling eyes with the Duke, then you are the same. I'm also assuming you're from the Empire, Dutz.
Yeah, probably.
I guess I am too. I came from the west.
Right. So
Same with me. I'm from the north.
yeah, well you're from the Elven
Ah, he doesn't like it?
I should put backstory koan later because I already
Screw
have a
him
map.
then.
Well,
Yes, that's our intention.
No. Our intention is to unalive him. It's his intention to screw him.
Screw it.
so what did you?
I request.
So we're planning to go to the mountains to liberate some of the grasses, protect these little folk from the grasses, Lorimar is agreeable because he's been hankering for some sports.
I also want you guys, the noble guys, to talk to the Duke.
Well, not
He's
me.
at the port. But if you don't want to talk to him, you could just
I could just
see
go
him
for
from
the-
afar and then get
Should
out.
we first get a room?
Yeah, we already have a room.
Okay. Should we
I already
sleep?
got a room.
If you're going to the look,
It's like about noon right now.
If
No,
you don't want to go to the Duke,
How long will it
why
take
not?
for us? How long will it
There's
take
no
us
party, by the way.
To
There's no party.
go to the mountains and protect? How long will it take?
let's say that because you have the tree huggers coming
To
in with
the
Merla
right,
coming
to the
in
left.
there, probably just like
It was a
maybe
ruse
4
all
hours to
along.
the area that's deep enough for you to be able to get the
Because I'm pretty sure some of us
Folkweed.
also wants to long rest.
Yes.
ah.
No, I have record recovery.
No, sila ba?
Some of us.
Some of us, not
Some of us, not you.
I'm out of third level
Kidding me.
spells.
Yo, he was looking at
Thank
me.
you for.
You're talking.
Got you.
Yeah, you could do that. You could actually
I'm just
rest.
exhausted, that's all.
All of us
She
need.
got a lot.
Not you long rest, ano?
Ganun ko ba?
But it's only noon.
Sa likod
Is
ng...
it?
Yes.
Kamay ka ng...
I don't mind
Na may...
listening.
If we sleep
Gonna-
now, it'll be
gonna-
dark.
gonna-
when we get
Yeah, and I
home.
don't think we can actually gather the herbs.
And
Why don't you guys talk to the Duke for now and
Yeah,
then go to
and
the
then-
herbs tomorrow?
Yeah,
Oh,
long
yeah.
rest now. Go to herbs
That's
I
tomorrow.
know.
That's a good plan.
That's a good plan. I like it.
I understand why she doesn't like the Duke. Why don't you like it? Oh, good.
He doesn't like
So-
non-humans.
No,
I'm non-human.
it doesn't mean that he doesn't like non-humans. He doesn't like you because
So, no.
you were
No,
implicated
because,
in the.
yeah, his summer home. and
Because
he's trying to
Oh,
get
you
his
remember
back.
you were the
I'm
one
face?
Yeah.
face who negotiated with the king of the Dustlands and
Right,
him
and
that
punch him.
Yeah, remember,
He has no
I remember
jurisdiction.
that. You were like
There's-
one-on-one with that king and you made another promise back then which I forgot exactly what. You
Yeah.
probably forgot too.
did a sneaky elf thing.
Yeah, you did sneaky elf things. You promised.
Promise shit and you didn't.
So you're a fuckboy?
Yeah, but
yeah, the fuck
Not
exactly.
only are you a fuckboy too.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
it's getting deep in here.
In more ways than
Deep
one.
and wet.
I didn't say anything.
Ah,
Can
Adeline,
we go?
I just went there.
Awkward.
awkward. Adeline in broken elven tips. Kaya tayo, bayot ka ba yun?
Adeline can stay here in town and chill. Apparently, you can chill in town. I'm pretty sure that unless you want her to bring her along with us to the mountains.
What?
No, I'm bringing her with me. What about that?
Does she want to though? Because this is not like part of her job description. She might
Well,
not.
she said that she's gonna be following me, so...
with a thing, but you
But
haven't.
maybe she
Sorry?
wants to stay in
What
town and
is it?
chill.
I'm talking to Adeline.
Okay.
What is it that you do with the things when you have them?
All we know from the Ever Mindful is that we just need to make sure it doesn't get to other people's hands. If it's in here and she degenerates that to, it's my understanding that the nothing cannot detect its presence here in this world. But if people do find it and they are able to extract its power, then that will just be a beacon from nothing from nowhere to basically enter through your realm. Something to that effect. It's really it's very, very academic and theoretical, but I've seen enough to know from the Ever Mindful that this is my duty right now.
Pag yun yung very academic, balik na lang ako pero yun.
Sorry. So yeah, so now you know what? If you wanna go,
That's why she's sticking with me.
no,
Maybe she wants to.
Dark Rainbow actually has a point.
Dark
I have
Rainbow,
no,
I like that name.
I don't want.
Pop up a bit.
Remember that I have the only access right now is for something to happen to me. Not that I'm fine, but I will not risk
She can
the
stay in
only
town.
known way
She can
to
have her fun here
protect
in
it
town. How much gold?
by
Oh, I have
taking
enough
this
gold.
guy who's not even able to answer coherently for a bunch of weeds. I have no idea what to do.
How much would I bet that if you were to square off with this guy, you'd lose?
Me?
Dude, he's like,
Yes.
what? She just wants to chill in town.
I know, it's okay, but...
Pretty
again,
sure she's not She's been in a very strict upbringing with the
No,
ever
no,
mindful.
This guy has been running with the giants.
This guy.
So, yes.
Yeah, no. From what I've heard from the halfling is that he's just on duty is bored as fuck.
I know.
You're probably
he's
gonna get
bored
the
as
giant.
fuck, and he's willing to go for giants. That's okay in my books to be part of the tax.
She didn't.
It's fine. I'm not gonna go into the mountains though.
We're gonna
It's
come,
okay.
we're gonna come back here. Give her money, allowance.
Yeah, I'll need a couple of drinks. Or
God,
10.
I'm the one who's gonna answer for the bill.
You answer for her, right?
Fine.
Kaya tatagay ba eh? Kaya tatagay ba eh? In Elvish.
Speak Elvish.
How much gold do I need to put?
Let's say cheap. Everything is cheap here. Let's say 2 gold should last you.
Give her
I am
5.
now 80.
Give her
You
5.
have
Oh
no
my
80
God.
watt richness.
No, I only have 80 gold.
How much
I
did you
Shut
am
up, I
gonna
have
save
20.
for spells.
Shut up! I have 25.
Why don't you just give her an open tab and pay?
Yeah.
No shit though, he's gonna drink the whole bar.
I have nothing to say the half.
Open
2
tab.
gold. Will do.
Much appreciated.
Dark Rainbow gives you 2 more. Because Dark Rainbow is cool. I like that name.
Dark Rainbow.
If you were cool, you would have gone more than 2.
So you're
Not
speaking in
equal me.
Yeah.
Even the
It's a
this.
chick, he didn't give
Don't
anything,
look
he
at
has no
me.
say.
Don't look at me. Still waiting for my allowance.
Are you going to address yourself to the third person
God,
or
these
no?
guys are so
I will
poor.
call myself-
I give 5, and I got more people to drink with her. Hey guys, can you
You already
please
treated
drink
the
with me?"
whole place with dinner. Stop
You're-
giving gold away.
You're
I'm a good guy. I'm a really awesome guy.
She's also
Are you
richer.
rich?
She's
I'm
also richer than most of us
than the
combined.
both of you.
She was a girl.
How about you, Angel Kids? Are you gonna join them or
Give gold? No.
Angel Kicks.
no? No, I thought you just try to one up these guys. You're smarter, I guess.
I wasn't trying to one up.
No, I
I just
want
didn't.
people to like,
I
hey,
just
this is
didn't
my
want you
friend.
to not have fun, and I like
Have her
Dark
have a good
Rainbow.
time, okay? I introduce her to like.
She was the one upping us.
Exactly.
Seriously, you're giving
Well-
her 5 gold. She's probably only gonna spend 3 in town.
But
No,
she
she might
has
want to buy drinks for other people.
she has a reputation to uphold here.
Exactly.
So
All right. So what's the plan right now?
Adam is looking at me like thinking I'll give gold. No, no.
God no, I'm poor.
Yeah, no.
No, just say I don't like drinking.
We're pretty much
Yeah, you
going
do.
to the mountains.
Yeah.
Right now,
Because someone wants
are people resting though?
Oh, wait, I thought we were gonna do the
We're
dude.
doing the mountains
No,
tomorrow.
wait, we're gonna
You
go.
wanna do the dude?
We're gonna go talk to the nobles are gonna go talk to the duke,
Yes.
Mhm.
and then
You know
long
what?
rest.
Since they're gonna talk to Duke, I'm gonna drink with Adeline.
Yeah, we're gonna long rest, and then tomorrow we go to the mountains. We might spend an extra
We're
day here.
splitting the party. Okay, so who's gonna go downstairs? Who's hiding? So Merla's hiding out because she
I'm
doesn't want
They're
to
not.
be
The rest. The nobles are gonna talk to the duke. The rest are just gonna stay in the
I'm gonna say
tavern.
that you probably have a good idea of what Stillcross is because you were here in the first place. So you can sort of take them where they need to go. But who is
Yeah.
hiding out? Only Merla is hiding out with Adeline.
Hmm.
Okay, so where do you guys go now?
The
To
fort.
the fort where the
But the
duke
Duke
is.
knows you and doesn't like you.
Yeah, the duke doesn't like you. You should hide too.
So are you going to drink?
Yeah.
You drink with Adeline.
Build rapport with
Build
your
rapport.
minion or employee.
Associates.
These two
My subordinate.
These two can be our bodyguards. Yes.
We're bringing him.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah, he got here.
We
He's
have to
Definitely.
babysit.
Sure, why not? You can test them out.
Actually, you should.
I know you just don't want to pay for his tab. That's why.
Yeah, Mike, you should describe what you look like. Actually.
Actually, I'm really tall, 7 foot,
Oh,
Oh,
Awesome, that makes sense. He's a muscle.
short hair, fair complexion, black hair, black eyes.
Ah.
That's the
Good
device.
Good
This black iris there.
You're the rock.
Huh? I have no tattoos!
Do you smell?
What a rock!
What's
Of
your,
course I have a tattoo.
what's your name?
it's more like
Brick.
some
Brick?
basketball
Brick?
players.
Borderlands brick?
Brick, brick.
Brick.
Brick?
Brick.
Not brick, because it's related to a rock or stone.
Thanks for explaining, dude.
Borderlands brick.
But Borderlands is also cool. But
Mock lang siya. But she is no longer a
yeah,
It's no longer a mob, pero
it's a brick because it's related to stone.
brick is the best
Is
siren.
it,
He's a
Is
prick.
that your real name or is
And
that
I'm
what people
drowning
call you when
slowly.
they try to talk to you?
So, Brick, are you going to the port? Pod?
He is a Brit.
Yes. As long as I can get magic items.
Oh god.
Rats, what did you promise him?
I follow the person with magic items.
It's funny.
Then I think you're gonna be following me then.
We got a lot of people following
Sige,
you.
so
sir.
who's... So, si Adeline and you and Merla is left
Drinking.
hanging out,
Hanging
drinking.
out in the tavern. The rest of us are going.
Everyone else is going... Let's say backstory-wise, you're from the Empire. Let's say you'll decide where you're from. But you have a noble background, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to figure out a new city if you don't want to be from the Empire.
I'm fine.
Okay, so you're from the Empire. Okay. Now you go into the port directly, right?
Yep.
On a perfect timing, you don't see any sign of the Duke yet. This is around, let's say, 1 o'clock na in the afternoon. You do see a ship coming in, docking, right? And when you open up, it's still the usual cases of people from all walks of life, mostly from the Empire, though. Again, a disparate group of elves, humans, tieflings, all walks of life, mostly adventurers though, very high spirited, looking for adventure. The dockhand workers, mostly halflings or halfling locals or human subjects of the Duke. It's like, yeah, another one for the grinder, and so on and so forth. These poor lads, and so on and so forth as it comes in. You do, yeah.
I was gonna say, it feels just like yesterday when I came out of one of those books.
Yeah.
And now you're here.
It was actually yesterday.
Being
Yeah?
a murderer.
It was literally yesterday for you. That's right. So that's so those are coming in. You see, make an investigation check to see if you can find the
Investigation.
I'm good at that.
I suck at that. I have 9.
Mali count the 17!
11.
Oh yeah, 17!
17. Okay. On from one of the dockside area.
Not at all.
23.
23. Okay. You both see, although there's a crush of people from exiting out of the
Pero no.
boat, like unloading
No,
from the
pero
boat.
no.
Yeah. On the one side of the far side of the dock, there's appears to be a small, not really a house, but just like a shed type area where there seems to be local guards available in the area. And on an opulent seat in comparison to everything else, there sits the Dick, the Duke,
It's okay.
Desmond,
It also
the Derricus. Basically just observing things along the way. You would notice that he's definitely waiting for
Person, I'm
something.
really hoping you're hearing this because I'm deaf.
What? He's at the docks there.
There's a
Well, I
building
see
that's
him already,
making
right?
everything so difficult.
Yep, he's there just on a shed. There's like a palantir sort of situation, like an umbrella being held out for him. Just
Wow.
How many
being.
attendants does he have?
He has 4 guards, like bodyguard sort of situation, and just probably 3-4 more just servants, hanger-ons, and all of that sort.
We can take them.
Oh, yes.
Wait, what is our objective here? Aside,
I thought that you're
what do we need to ask him?
gather information, not kill them.
Yes.
I'm curious.
Yeah. Drinking. I'm
Personally,
drinking. Wait, I
I'm
don't drink.
personally curious on what his business is with the Everton guys. And also if he still has access, if he still has dark shards with him.
Okay, we will ask those things, but if all goes wrong, say cowabunga and we kill
We are
him.
not doing Kawabanga again!
Honestly,
Yes.
I asked the bartender, are there spells here?
What the?
Are there spells in this area? I mean, it's a port town.
You want me to ask the Duke that?
No.
Why not? Do it.
I'm gonna ask him.
This is not gonna be drinking. I'm
From
gonna
no to no.
They have an item that will, it's magical in nature. It will get you to see things, do things. It's called alcohol.
Short answer is no.
No.
Long answer is the Royal Academy of Theater has the widest variety. Basically, you need to go back home if you want more
I already
spells.
know that, but I wanted to see if there's something.
Okay, you know what? Make an investigation.
The guy! Even the rolling individual.
I know, I just need to check my
Your investigations.
investigation. There you go. Investigation plus 7. 32.
22? Yeah, no. Just to make you roll.
Just to
Some-
make you roll.
Just to make you roll and see how hopeless it is for you to get spells here.
Okay.
On a port area town,
I think you will have better chance waiting at the pier for people to come out. Do you have clothes? Do you have clothes? Do you have clothes?
No, I
Do you
don't think
have
that'll be
you sound like a drug
advisable
addict.
because the Duke is there.
You got some.
okay. So the crush of people coming is gone. Now just normal cargo loading. Manifesto is happening right now. There are a few of the adventurers that somehow approach the Duke just to pay a short respect.
Mage armor.
Maybe I have
Mage armor and shield of faith?
To a certain extent, it's just like okay, just a pleasantry, not really like any like obeisance or sort of like deference. It's just like acknowledge and then off they went. They could probably pay the Duke no mind. They're off to adventure and all of that stuff. Probably approaching in where you guys are hiding out for sure.
What's the Duke's name again?
Desmond.
Desmond.
Duke Desmond.
Oh, Duke Desmond. Duke Desmond.
Are you generic Duke right now?
No, I'm young Lormar.
Okay, you're not.
I'm 6.
No, because the breakpoint is 3, 5, 7. So and it's always 2 levels behind you. So when you get to 7, you get to 5. Okay. Yes.
Duke Desmond, yes, good to see you.
Again.
Lord Lormar Ithelbrand Cocksmith III at your service. Yes, my parents were just telling me the other week how wonderful it was that you were assigned to this little place of Still Creek.
Are you trying to be sarcastic?
Or
Out of character, are you trying to be sarcastic?
No, I'm just making conversation. You know.
He bristles at you, and as you are entreating him in the highfalutin language, he's like, well, yes, well, thank you, and in an obviously forced accented. Well, yes, I appreciate it. What brings you to my large estate?
Oh well, we've heard all kinds of rumors, and it's just to satisfy curiosity, you know, and thinking about what we might invest in.
It's gone.
There was
Oh.
no, it's already
It's
Dad.
It was there.
Yeah.
We heard there's a new commodity, a new rare crystal. It's kind of like a dark shard. We think they might be worth something. Do you know anything about this? Can we trade in these things?
Is someone near him?
We're near him. He's doing fine.
He hurt his eyes. And where have you heard of this?
Oh, well, news has gone all across the sea already.
Across the sea.
Yes, across the bay.
Fuck. He goes.
Bay.
That's not good. Well, you've heard wrong. No such thing has happened, as you can see. Nothing's here. Just mostly the gold that's currently gone, and this is like a drivel place. Nothing to be done here. I am surprised to find someone of your stature here, actually. Slumming it, as they say?
No, never. I'm, checking out investments.
Investments?
Yes.
In Stillcross?
Stillcross and Efferton.
Oh.
Yes, and and even into the rotting hills.
Rot? No, that definitely does not make zero sense.
Well, there. I'm not sure if you've heard. There's a new way to get the ogres to be your slaves.
Now, come now.
Yes, and we are very interested in this across the bay.
Hmm. Well, I've heard many things since what's happened in the Faladil. Sort of creatures happening in here, some gold. Almost all of them seems to be not true. You think about it. So, well, it's coming from you. It's probably true, though. So, what would you have of us do then, with regard to this?
No, it's just getting.
Do you fancy yourself slumming it all the way down to the rotting hills? That's like death.
Death?
Presumably it's called rotting hills. Some dead things need to rot.
Oh, yeah. There's that. I'll just probably stay in my carriage the whole time. Let these go out. Have you met my companions here?
Hello, Lord Moose across the vine.
Dark Rainbow,
Dark Rainbow. At
Lady
your service.
Castiel.
Lady
Castiel.
Oh yeah, she's a she.
Yeah. Yes.
And the lovely Lady Castiel. She is finding herself in this world of
Yes.
Adventure.
These two are engaged to be married.
Ah, quite the case. I'm presuming they met here, not some sort of arranged marriage back in the homeland, right?
Oh, well,
and we're not into that.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes.
Into something else entirely.
Yes. I myself am already arranged, but my bride-to-be is only 6 years old at the moment, so I must wait.
Half, of course. It'll be a while, though. You look like young, right? Your
Yes.
type was
He
just
is,
young.
he is young Lorimer right now.
Younger.
20 years old or so.
Bah, you have some time yet, which is, I presume, why you are currently here.
Yes, I
You've heard rumors for truth, then. Well, if that's the case.
have to wait 5 more years.
5. 4 max.
Yes.
Quite fine. But, well, that's quite excellent. Make a persuasion check right now.
Persuasion's what
I'll help, I'll give help action.
And it's a 20.
Okay, good, you don't need help action.
Excellent, and there's a lot of this basic grim. As you can see here from the boats, much of the common folk coming in there for riches and all of that stuff. Excellent that I can find 3 of you here at a given time. Have you been sojourning in the Dustlands for long?
Have we been here long?
Yes.
I arrived yesterday.
Ah.
Yes.
It's so hard to find good help these days, but you seem like capable folk, though.
Yes, Dark Rainbow especially.
Yes. You see, I have a bit of a problem there. I've actually met these people.
I know. See, man. I'm capable too.
Yes.
Aye, quite
But a
capable.
woman.
Here's the thing, though. Oh shit. Here's the thing, though. So I've actually been met with informal parley with the young king, Tristan Wayland.
Tommy?
Almost. And the thing here is that definitely there's some shenanigans happening of a sort that I can't be too sure. I can't quite explain it, and I have been trying to get the Thelenor scholars to this. If you see that large patch of desert land there, well, and he points to like the area where the summer home used to be, presumably.
I will make one remark now. Oh, was it that? I remember that used to have a summer home when I first got here.
You are quite correct. So they have been stolen property.
Huh?
They, of course, as they say they have no idea what's happened so far, but those I can't be too sure. It's
Wait,
very...
what's his name? Stilgar using the summer home for his experiments, right?
Yes, Strogan. Yep.
Strogan. Can you tell us about the summer home? Where is it? I remember it was very pretty.
Did someone burn it down?
No, that's definitely the case. I went there I'm pretty sure, but the laws of the land, their stupid, archaic, barbaric laws prevent me from pursuing action further. But just noticing what's happened here on this land, and then my summer home being gone, and then now presumably just a bunch of people preventing us from going there. That cannot be. They know something for sure.
You know,
Interesting.
did you know who? Did you know anything about who was missing the summer home and it disappeared? Maybe that might have something to do with it.
Well, that's possible. That doesn't matter. A paying customer, it's fine.
You mean you don't know anything
And
about
we were
it?
renting it out.
It was being rented out for something. They get rent out for summer home. This is possibly a longer case though.
Renters will destroy any of it.
They
Yeah,
do.
you should be aware of these things.
I've been trying to look it up though. But it's very hush hush sort of scenario. Just accept the money. It's fine. I thought nothing of it. I mean, what could they do to an entire home? Apparently, they could just destroy it at a blink.
Well, actually, when we were passing through, Everton,
Kids.
they mentioned they had a shipment for you.
Oh yes. Well, sometimes
Have you
there's.
received your shipment yet?
Oh, I should be expecting it any time today.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes though, I do a lot of logistics happening. Sometimes the Empire requires that I facilitate entire legions of the Efferton, and then get shipped through because of all of the unrest definitely on the border kingdoms of the Empire and the Free Nations for sure. It's just one of the many. Sometimes it's supplies, sometimes it's crates, sometimes it's soldiers from Everton.
Oh, you're delivering
Sometimes
that crate for the Empire?
sometimes also the Telenors also have a point in here. Sometimes they have scrolls, but I don't have it yet. It gets sent there.
Was that great for the Empire, sir?
What? I wasn't there, but did you say scrolls?
Everything that I well,
Scroll time.
You're not in
I know.
what's the question?
The shipment that you're receiving is for the Empire, sir?
Yes, this is one of the primary reasons why we established this foothold, definitely for sure.
Because I'm looking to bring...
The king definitely wanted to reinforce the legions here. That's why we had to break this emissary here because of the famed Everton elite.
Was that,
So we do
was
that
that the
here.
first shipment for the Empire?
There has been many so far. Shipments of what do you mean?
Like
Well,
trade?
I can actually tell you this for sure. This is the exact reason why we have it here. It is God-forsaken. I mean, in this honorable duty that we have in here. It's mostly to facilitate extra forces through the Effertons.
Extra forces?
Forces? Yes.
No.
The unrest from the Empire and the Free Nations, so-called Free Nations.
So that's what they were doing. Extra forces.
I have no matter. It's either swords or carriages or soldiers,
you don't check.
supplies. Well, no, they all have the personal seal of the king.
Oh God, how do you invest your money if you don't know these things?
You're suggesting creed.
Which land do you serve again, Lord Dupain? I remember this is a swampy, non-decrepit area, and you've lost all of your fortune in some garish
Why do you
hero.
Why do you think I'm trying to make sure that I don't lose any more money?
Well, as far as I've heard, because I've been corresponding with your friend Fuchsius Locks, that you have been remiss in all of your duties and
Yeah,
payments.
that's my retainer.
Butler.
For sure.
Yes,
I know you exactly.
and
You've
that
been
is
here a
why
while.
we're trying to secure other investments in this land so that we can get more money.
Okay na.
Well, as they've probably discovered, there is no gold to be had, but they're definitely hiding something.
The
Though.
machina.
In any case, to your questions, yes, I'm expecting a shipment from Everton. It's one of many from Everton, mostly from Everton, but it could be many as well.
I see. Okay.
It's marking,
Do
right?
you invest in spell
They are
scrolls?
running late too, so.
Do you invest in spell scrolls as well?
Oh no, they get sent over because for the specialized legions that we've been training with.
Oh, where are those specialized legions located?
All the way to the west in the Galler Empire. It's gonna be a couple of months both
Yes,
all the way
I
off map.
remember them. Off map. I remember them. They're there. I tried. They're there. Shame.
And so, excellent for you guys to be
It
able to
appears that
come
he is
here.
clueless.
It's so
He's
hard
just
to
a
get
delivery
good
boy.
help these days.
Oh yes, it's a pleasure meeting you. I cast fly on myself really quick and offer my hand.
Flight?
Fly.
Fly.
Oh shit.
He can just rest.
Offer my
Alright.
hand to shake. He grabs my hand. I fly
Oh.
off with him up, straight up,
Oh
taking
shit.
him with me.
Oh crap. That's gonna be a...
They have the strength.
Okay, we're grappling right now.
They have the strength for that.
Is that a grapple?
Wait, why?
What?
My hands are in my pocket.
Yeah.
So,
That's-
you're gonna be a strength.
My strength versus your strength.
Yep.
Then he have
I have 9.
That was all sudden. That was sudden.
That was sudden, yeah.
What
I'm not-
move?
I'm not gonna help.
I can't fly yet.
That's an 11.
That's a 14.
You just stood there. You just.
Woo! I'm flying.
No, what you do?
Oh, he does that. He's theatrical. You should see him on his.
Make a deception check now.
How far away?
I don't make a deception or performance check. It's just flying.
I fly up and then I act like it's a dive into the water.
I'm actually face palming in.
Deception? It's a 15.
I'm face palming also.
It's a 15. Okay, that's a 6. But
I'm sorry. He's
what the
very.
fuck was that?
He does that a lot.
For what reason?
He thinks he's cool.
Just wanted
He is
to-
not. He is most
Take a
decidedly
swim.
not, and he should refrain from doing that in front of my presence again.
I tell you what, make sure that if there are people buying ink in this town, tell them they're out of stock.
Ink?
Yes, ink.
Ink.
I see what you mean. They will definitely be out of stock until he will be lit.
Yes, very good. Nice meeting you.
I'm also waiting for another. I will have a permanent solution to this whole Dustland situation coming in soon. Just you wait, though.
We might check up on that.
Very well. Off you go.
We are off. He is off in the.
Doing a backstroke in the water. Oh, well, lovely swim. The water's just great. You should jump in.
It's not people.
He's probably lost it already.
Yeah, he's lost it already. We'll wait by the shoreline like that, man. What was that?
What was that all about? You're trying to murder him, didn't you?
I fly up out of the water and landed. So,
We don't have the spell to dry you off. You might be.
He does.
Oh, you're with us, right?
Yeah.
hey, dry me off, please. Oh, thank you. Well, I was going to threaten him at 60 feet up in the air, but that didn't work.
Oh shit.
Yes, I can tell. Let's go.
Yeah, the guards actually try to poke you out right now.
We're heading out. We're heading back to the inn.
Okay, you head back to the inn.
We will take our. I don't know what these guys are doing, but we'll take our long rest because we have a trip to the hills.
Average.
Average. I tell you, we could have taken him.
I won't lift a finger to aid them if that's what you want to know.
Alright. So it's probably around close to like 4 or 5 p.m. right now when you get back to the outpost. And
I will nudge this guy. Hey, Perry. No spells.
I am already aware of that.
Sorry.
Not even from your
No.
friend. He sends his regards, by the way.
Did
He
we,
misses his summer home.
did we get any
Good.
useful information? out of
Did you
that?
tell them that we're the one who did it?
The empires.
No, I don't think the Empire has anything to do with it. I think he knows nothing. Is what I'm getting. He's just like an intermediary, but he did mention that he's gonna be up to something in the next soon.
No, we
But
should know what
maybe,
those up to.
but maybe the shipment of dark shards that didn't get to him will probably stop him from doing whatever it is.
He knows what the dark shadow
He knows what the dark shards are, and it's probably related to what he's planning. But since he's not getting any, it should be okay.
Okay.
At least you'll get trouble.
Yeah.
So you're back at the tavern
I think
and
it's from your
somehow Brick is still here with you guys. So whatever you decide the course of action, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna pee first.
Well, our course of action will be long rest and then go to the hills so
Okay.
that someone gets to punch things and level up.
And level up a little bit. Okay, fair.
If you give
Okay.
it 5.
You take your long rest together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Even with him?
Sige.
So that they take the rest together.
Right.
So that
So
tomorrow
they take the rest together?
he doesn't need to sleep. He's an elf.
Or I should just ask Mike. So what are you doing
Oh.
here, Mike?
You're just gonna watch him sleep?
No, I'm gonna trance.
You're going to
I'm
watch
not
us sleep.
sure what they're trying at.
We're helping you do your job.
Talk here, talk there.
Yep.
Talk here,
Yeah,
talk there.
wait, Sam. It's
Mm.
really simple. Magic items, you follow, right?
Now you're talking in
Why are you
language.
so good at this?
Okay, so everyone takes a long rest, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, Lorimar, you're no longer exhausted.
Yeah.
Yay.
You regain all of your hit dice, right?
Yeah.
Points and hit die.
Okay,
All the spells?
great. Mm.
Exhausting spells.
Okay, so
Even
assuming
even my coin
has recovered,
charged
correct.
itself.
So let's say everybody is full lang for the purposes, right? Great. So okay, what do you do now?
We do the thing that he wanted to do.
Rubbing giants.
The giants for
Sport?
To the
for
mountain.
the flowers.
To the mountain.
To the weed.
Take a piss.
Okay. Take a breath. Take a last break, or we go?
Why am I not allowed to go out?
Raga is looking at food. That's not good.
The door is
I
denied.
like this puffs.
What?
Puffs. Cheese puffs.
Oh.
Puff.
Yeah.
Cracker puffs. Okay, so you go. You take the expedition now to the small XP.
What like me? No.
No, just to gain the XP for enough for level 6 is basically what's happening right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so
How
you
much
go on
XP do
ahead.
you need?
So level 5 for
6?
5 is 10.
5 is 10.
5 is 10, right?
5 is
Oh,
6,500.
no, 5 is 6.
Yeah.
6 is 10.
Yeah.
7 is 14.
Wait,
6 is 14.
6 is 10? I thought 6 was 14.
No, 6 is
Okay,
14.
well, like 10.
Go like that. I think go like that.
That's Pathfinder.
Yep. Okay, so it's if you take a long rest when you came back at like 4 or 5 p.m. So that's an 8-hour rest. It is now
We're,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
can we just
12.
do it in the
You
morning?
can just do it in the morning. That's probably easier. So what do you do before you sleep ahead though?
You just chill in the tavern.
Chill in the tavern, nothing special happening.
I will.
See how good the relationship of
I'll
Adelaide
perform.
and Perry is.
See if I can get some money out of these people.
Make a performance check, right? We're just gonna do oration or musicking.
Yup. With
Toss a coin to your.
Witcher. O Valley of the Witcher.
Not Witcher, we're not Witcher. Toss a coin to your.
Venture.
This guy.
So you're
Toss a coin to your wizard.
Oh, Valley of Few.
Oh, Valley of Scrolls.
Toss a scroll to your wizard.
Toss a scroll to your
wizard.
Oh, magic of plenty.
Oh, magic gun.
Hey, where? I'm getting the dice.
Oh
Oh,
no.
the dice.
Hey, behind you, need a beer.
No, that doesn't attach too well. Okay.
29.
Oh, there is the
29.
coins tossed to the
You
wizard.
perform a very uplifting jig along the place. They're
That does not
appreciative of
incur
you.
copyright infringement.
However, the gold is short at this point. They're only able to maybe buy you a drink on their tab, something to that effect. You gain a grand total of
1 beer.
40 copper.
That's good.
I mean, this is fun. This is like, frontier folk.
See? Gold.
What do you mean gold? That's copper.
Okay.
He knows copper. He knows his coins.
Anyone else
Copper
doing?
is 4 silver.
Anybody else doing anything?
No.
Let's just convert
I'm
that
just
to
telling
silver.
now.
Okay. So at the break of not so early dawn, those.
This is how we done.
Okay, like in the morning. Morning.
God, why?
3 halflings
Vengeance sleeps.
on their makeshift buggy are ready to huff to you guys. And then they wait expectantly for you. Everybody is coming in here as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They greet Merla correctly. Hey, thanks for the help, guys. Merla. Uh, gosh, I mean, we were expecting just one muscle. We're just getting him as a decoy, really. But I think this is a true protection right now, so it'll be great if we could do this.
Yeah.
We can spend more time. If you can get us some additional samples too, that can help.
Right, then we could go further to the other hill. Pretty. I mean, it should be okay, but it's just off the chart of the tree huggers route. So
Okay.
we just want to be prepared for anything. So off we go.
Okay.
Then off you go. You're carted over there. Clip clop, clip clop.
I'm on top of the cart again.
Okay.
What?
You and me.
So you're on top of the cart again.
Seems to be
You
visible.
get to a certain area where
That's her
Is-
shake apparently.
Is he like climbing trees?
No.
You wanna
He's
do
climbing
that?
carts.
you get to a certain area where it's deep enough where you're now able to find the downy pokeweed. It's sort of a pinkish colored weed with some sort of weird pine cones. I'm just describing random plants right now. Pinkish colored weed. They're not a field of it though, so there are some situations where you pick it up and then you go and then you pick it up and then you go, right? Make a perception check.
All of us.
Who?
Whoever is doing the scouting.
So is Merla.
17 plus perception of 7.
Yep.
20
24.
something.
24.
24.
Whoa.
Okay. So nothing
Where's
goes by you.
Camel? Are you riding camel again?
Yeah.
You're riding camel again. So you go.
Camel is the chocobo of this first day.
No, only me.
No, but you're carrying animal.
Oh. Oh yeah, for the boy, yeah.
So pretty uneventful as you go. You gather enough, and I would say that it's 1/4 of the way already. It's loaded. You try to make a perimeter around the area. You're not trying to be
We're
stealthy
doing-
anyway, right?
Yeah.
We're doing her
we're not.
medicine.
So it's like 1/3 of the way through. Then they ask you to shift to another area. Go ahead and do it again.
That's high, 18, 25.
Wow.
Still good enough for you to go to another area. Good enough, goodbye mo na siya, bay. So yun na, uneventful gihapon, nothing much happens to the area. And you keep going. It's halfway full. Make the last check.
Oh no.
Yan na, yan na, yan na.
Really na yung bad.
Four.
4.
11.
11.
Okay. As you're going through the 11,
Thanks, Tap. Thanks.
sorry, slip of the tongue. As
You were so excited, I just punch your face. He's done it. He's doing it again. He's gonna kill my dog again.
You know how to solve that?
What?
Just park your dog beside me.
No, I'm gonna fucking ride my dog all the time.
Mounted combat.
as you were trying to, basically case the area and going on so on and so forth, you miss a loose root along the way, which sort of overturned the cart. Not overturned the cart, just basically
It lost the wheel.
it dented a wheel. So
I
that
know
it's-
how to fix this. I take out my mole.
Holy shit.
That
what
is
are you
again.
We already talked about this.
And we already talked about this.
What?
I'm all not a way to fix the
Oh
wheel.
god, they're
Yes,
fighting.
it is.
No, it's not.
So while they're arguing, I go and fix it.
Put your guys' place already on the map.
This is how we fix it. This is how it's fixed.
We would be arguing.
Are we
In
going
the
to
wheel.
Yeah, where's the cart, sir? Because we will be arguing near the wheel.
Yeah, just
I think
place the
that's-
cart wherever you want, and I'll put the terrain later on to see what's happening.
Okay, here's the cart. Here's the horses.
How many horses are there? This is
Two.
This is my horse.
That's the dog. That's
This is
your
me.
Okay,
Oh, that's you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You used to be in the car.
I'm arguing. We're arguing.
You're arguing. Where's my?
You still on top of the cart?
Wait, this is the second. This is your
What's
cart.
happening?
There are two carts now.
How fast is
This
the cart
you,
moving?
Bill?
That's
No, that's
no, you.
Stop
yeah.
Who is
It's stopped
yeah,
because
that's you in the
it's
car.
half broken.
You want to stay in the car? No. And this
I
is,
pee in the tree.
What?
Do you have jump?
He doesn't.
When they argue, I'm peeing in the
I'm
tree.
gonna pee. I'm gonna pee.
Peeing in the tree.
This is the monk.
I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pee.
On the tree?
The monk, does she want to be there?
Yeah, the tree is here.
This is three halflings
The
driving
tree
the
is here. I decided.
I'm gonna draw some trees.
Oh shit.
Well,
How do you
then,
open it?
I thought you were gonna draw some bad guys around the person being in the tree.
Let me out.
These are trees. Right?
Have you got a yellow for the?
For the bee.
Key. Yeah, no yellow.
I think I leveled up because we were talking about me getting a speed.
This is a high
I
cliff
don't
face.
recall. How much XP do you have?
Wait,
I only rolled for 980.
Pero you're a paladin. You could just switch it out, diba? If you find steel.
Pang
Right.
level 2.
This is an elevated area whenever it's marked in black.
Oh, elevated.
Elevated area because there's like hills and all.
How high is the elevation?
Let's say it's still sloping up, but at the
That's
maximum
magic?
peak, it's about probably just 25 feet maximum. But it's not like a cliff. It's just a sloping hill up.
Okay. Is it difficult terrain or no?
It will be difficult terrain as you cross the area.
Okay.
Okay. So trees. I'm just gonna put trees here. Trees. And
Who is this? This guy should go. This is Leon Valdemar. He's dead.
somewhere.
Who's that?
Paul.
Oh. Oh. The disappearing one.
It's fighting time. Almost.
Those are fireworks, man.
Wait, I'm gonna check your levels lang sa.
Level 4.
5, 10.
Okay. From out of nowhere, because you were arguing and happening in the mall, you see.
Oh.
He's taking out something.
It's figures!
It's a figure.
No, there's no figures. This is just I'm just using this because it's available.
I thought
I'll
we-
get figures soon.
where
Which
did
is a figure?
It's the Pokemon.
It's a Charizard.
Pocket me is the hardest. Can I harvest in my shell?
Yeah, I'll just use this because fun. From out of nowhere, well, out of somewhere though, you attract the attention of
Coffee.
a bunch of large
Coffee.
enough
Coffee.
Okay.
coffee. Let's say this is large, right?
Yeah, he takes 4 squares.
Large.
Oh God, where are you peeing?
What?
Well, he fought a lot of these before, so I guess
Let's
he's
say
gonna be
coming up
fine.
here.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Getting
No, that's me.
I have the list.
No, that is one of them.
No large.
This is enough for you guys. There, that's enough for you guys.
I did one.
That's good.
From there, you are able to see.
No, wait, I need my...
Well, there's no suspense. There you will see something rustling around you in those areas. They are bear-like creatures with the face of an owl.
Hood growl!
Hood growl.
What?
Face of an owl.
Hood growl!
It's owl bears basically.
Oh, owlbears.
I thought these were giants.
Could have been what?
I thought
I
these
think
were
it could have
giants.
been
These are
useful
owlbears.
He wanted giant. Give him 10.
Could have been what?
These guys are. We can take them.
They're what? They're out.
Owlbears.
Oh, that's what it is.
I will delay.
Go owlbears.
Growl.
Wait, oh my, where's my?
I can't do it.
Okay,
I
okay.
know it's growl hoot. It's easier to do growl hoot.
No, it's foot growl.
Yeah, but the growl hoot is easier to do.
Is Adeline with me?
Huh?
Adeline with me? I know, she's staying in the condo.
Nope, she's not.
Staying in
Okay. So, the owl bear clearly tried to, well, figure out what's happening with you guys. So everybody decide what to do.
Do the initiative shit.
Do the initiative shit for sure.
Wait,
Green.
Right now,
Is it-
delaying. I don't know where dice is.
Wait, where's the white one?
so since nothing's happening yet, I delay.
No, no.
Oh wait, no.
It's sparking.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Okay.
Something I forgot to do last
There
time.
it is.
But actually did it.
I'm gonna tell you that Colonel Wings,
Huh?
Shield of Fate will not stop with your smite spells.
Huh?
Shield of Fate will not stop with your smite spells. Like Thunderous Smite or Gearing Smite.
What?
Yes.
You can.
Potato!
He has a different initiative role.
What? No!
He doesn't know.
I
He
don't
doesn't
know.
know.
Shit.
To teach him what to do.
Yes.
There.
You're all concentrated.
Very strike is concentration. The nerve smite is concentration. Shield
It's a
of faith.
big concentration.
There.
Aw.
It's not about that. I
19.
just wanted to let you know before you know
So,
shit happens.
what are you going to do?
Okay, I did do that when I'm
But
dying.
people are slowly creeping up on you. From
Oh,
A two-handed
okay.
weapon or a one-handed weapon?
200.
Two D10s.
So, yeah, take 2d10s and roll them.
I'm
And then subtract your dex mod.
I'm delaying
Okay.
because Shield of Fate is not
Give me a
gonna.
second.
No, you can shield of faith. You just don't use. You can use your normal smite, which takes a spell slot, but you can't use the smite spell.
Ah, okay. That's
Yep.
Thunder Smite from or staring.
Oh, nice.
And large is staring strike. Large is the like they have advantage.
Yeah, that's right. If you want
Okay.
to use shield of faith, you can.
Merudo, what's
You
your
can smite.
initiative?
Detail na?
Depending what you want to do. Yeah, what are you trying to do? As they're creeping up on you, casting mirror image, D12.
Why am I arguing with four of you? Fuck you.
2 dice.
Oh wait, level 5
Two.
is cool.
Two dice?
Yep.
Moonbeam, I don't know.
What's wrong with my...
It's roll 2 and then minus. Yeah, it's 12 and something else.
Parang, di ba?
20.
That's what I thought.
12.
That's still 12? Mas minus 8 ka?
Sorry. Nasa 7.
Maybe you pick your spell slot.
13 day.
13, sige. Imodots,
I will delay as
You
usual
will
because
delay.
I'm always last.
Merla.
I will.
Si Bart,
Hunter's
oh.
Mark.
Yeah.
That's a bonus action.
Yeah, what do you intend to do?
Can you shoot?
Shoot and Hunter's Mark. Hunter's
Do you
Mark.
run away with your
How much
dog
is
so that
your-
your dog is safe?
Wait, they're all big, right?
Yes. They're not giants, they're monsters.
Large.
I get disadvantage if I'm on my dog, right?
No?
No.
Di ba? If I mounted combat?
No.
No?
No, it's fine.
No?
You're fine.
Okay, cool.
It just means you just use his
Dog.
movement instead of
Yeah.
yours. Your dog cannot attack lang.
Sure.
But your movement is your dog, which I think runs faster than you by 10.
Bart, what's your initiative, Bart?
I will just always.
You won't move?
I will wait for you
How
to
about you?
8.
Ha? 8, okay.
Before I go.
2 rolls, no? 2 dice and then minus, yeah. Lori more.
Wait, no. It's at 9.
Okay,
11.
It's a 2.
You're gonna move?
11.
No, and this is Shield of Fate.
Ah, you shield of faith. It's a bonus action spell.
No? Is it?
It is.
It is.
Shield phase and bonus
Yep.
action spell.
Yes, Lori more, what are you doing?
Detour.
Major.
You already had the armor, right? No, it's 1 hour. So it's different.
No,
day.
8 hours.
Oh,
spell.
8 hours. This is the same day?
No,
Oh, you already had a long rest.
Long rested?
Yep.
Yeah, so major.
Okay.
I haven't declared that today.
5.
So that's a regular spell. I
Five?
can't do a bonus spell though.
Yes, you can.
Because that's 2 spells.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can do a
No,
cantrip.
you can't do that.
Has to be
You
a-
can Eldritch Blast.
No, it
Oh,
needs
you
to be
can,
bonus.
because it's the main action.
I
Yeah,
can't do
yeah.
mage armor and
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah, you can.
Anyway,
Maybe
Wait, what do I need to do? Roll.
Roll 2d12.
roll based on what you want to do.
D12?
D10 check.
D10s, yeah. Roll 2
If-
D10s minus
if
your
my
dex
action
mod,
is-
minus your initiative.
Shield of Fate and then delay.
For
But it's essentially what I wanted to do.
Nice.
Just delay. Just delay.
Yeah.
minus
Yep.
13.
So you go last immediately.
Minus 2?
Yeah.
Ay, what was it for plus 9 for?
13. Ano yung kuan, D10s?
Ah,
And
D10s,
then
so
minus your
minus
dex
dex
to
to-
11.
11. Yep.
11. Okay.
I'm 14.
You're 14. Bart.
So the higher number is
I'm-
better.
I'm 2.
No, the
Ah.
Lower
the
number
lower
is
number
better.
is
You're
better.
first.
Wait, lower is
Lower is
better.
better.
Alright. Fuck you, my stupid sword.
Like second edition.
Fuck you,
Lower
my
is
stupid
better.
Is that how you're gonna say it?
I Merla, what are you trying to do, Merla?
Stop it, little
I'm gonna shoot.
What did you roll?
Oh wait. Kanina?
Oh.
19.
Minus na na.
Wala pa.
Minus
So
your dex.
15 minus my dex
Yep.
is
Four.
15 minus my dex is
11.
11.
Okay. So anyway, Bart is
Maybe
first.
your sword is a Chun Chun.
Maybe. I don't like you anymore. You hurt my feelings.
Yep.
Oh, you're first?
He is first.
Okay.
Fuck! Stupid sword 28!
Your sword.
It gets hard.
It's hard for 2 turns.
Fuck you, it gets hard.
For 2 turns.
It gets hard for 2 turns.
Your sword is at Sundari.
I
Oh
have,
shit, your sword is on there.
I have to. I
You're
have to
hard
speak
for
unspeakable
2
words
turns.
to my sword.
Is that what? That's the action, right?
That's the bonus.
Alright, so you're attacking now? Or you're gonna attempt to attack?
No, I'll just hold the attack because I'm squishy.
Okay.
I just stay there.
And then it's the enemy mob's turn.
Move.
Move. Bear, owl, go!
Foot roll! There's only one guy peeing. Why did you pee there?
It's the only tree away from your squabbles.
4, 5.
Foot roll.
Wood
The
growl.
swappos are where the magic items are.
I have no idea who that is, but I know this is gonna hurt. Kaya wala siya ni-rage.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
natural
that's a
one.
natural one.
Uh,
It's fine.
Do I get a free attack?
No.
Wrong game.
And then he tries to swipe you with his claw.
Nah.
9 plus
15.
7.
Not to be 15.
9 plus 7.
That hits.
It's
16.
Yeah, it is.
Di ba ang kayo sa Pathfinder?
That hits?
Yeah, 9 plus 7, that's 16.
Extra dice.
That means you eat 2d8.
holy shit.
5 plus. It's what it says right here. Plus 5 slashing damage.
Oh god.
Do I...
Yeah,
It's
so-
the bear effect.
No, because you're not raged yet. You have to rage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get angry.
Unless you declare that you were peeing in an angry manner.
Of course not!
I am afraid of
So,
You
I think...
how much?
My bladder!
Oh, I'm so painful.
Plus 5 damage. 5 plus 5, you take 10 damage.
Oh my god. Down to 29.
Down to 29. It goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
That's it.
35,
Oh god.
40.
Oh god.
It attacks you.
Merla.
With the mouse.
That's Merla. Will attack Merla or the dog?
Not the dog.
So you're worth.
19.
Then that is bad.
Hits, definitely.
And then the claw 17 hits. So you take
Pain.
1d8.
It takes pain.
This one, you take from the 7, 8, 9 plus 5.
14.
That's right? 9 plus 5. And then an additional 1 plus 5.
What?
14 plus 6, 20 damage.
20 damage with a
Wow.
beak and claw combo.
Kinda need like one right now.
This one moves here. ISO 1, 2, 3.
Difficult to read.
Well, it's sliding down.
Okay,
Sliding
sliding down.
4, 5.
Check
6,
for acrobatics.
Seven.
Teach that now. I think in level 5 mo.
Okay,
How dare you?
hi there. It's flanking you, so I have an additional d4. First attack, it's a big strike. 15 plus 3, 18.
Yeah.
That hits.
And
Before siya
then,
maka-rage, tumba na siya.
shit, that also hits. Okay, you take 28 plus 5 damage. 8, 12 plus 5 damage.
17.
17 plus an additional 4 plus 5 damage. 9.
26.
I'm down to 23.
Oh god!
Why aren't you angry?
Because he was me!
I think there are beasts of burden here. They're gonna all isolate immediately. Pick up that one. Up.
Whoa.
There.
I can't reach him, he's too far.
Pick and swipe. Pick and swipe. 8 plus 4 plus 5.
That hits him, it's 8 plus 4 plus 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
shit, plus 4 na die.
Flanking.
Okay.
You can do that too. 6 plus 4 plus 5.
Plus 4, 10. 15 won't hit.
15 won't hit.
Won't hit.
Okay. So you only take a d10 damage.
D10 plus 5.
14 damage.
Take 14 love.
Again?
Yeah, you're down to 5.
9 to 5. Alright.
And then this goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That should be enough to attack that.
Are you hitting me or my horse?
You, let's say because the base will attack that one. Will attack whoever's on top. This is the first big strike. 19
That hits, that hits.
and 7 plus 5.
No.
No. So you take D10 plus 5 damage.
Yeah,
What?
plus 5, 15, minus 3. I'll take 12.
Take 12, okay. Move that guy closer. 5,
I
10.
am down to 13.
20, 25, 30.
That should do it, right? Yep. It's not quite able to flank you, so here's the one roll. 17
That
plus
hits.
5, yep. 4
That
plus
won't hit.
You take.
Another 12.
What
I am
kind
down
of
to
rolls? What time is it?
13 minus
What time
10.
is
It's
I'm down to
7
18.
hours.
You're down to 18. Okay.
It's 12 something.
Merla is next.
12 something o'clock
Merla.
6.
I will heal myself.
No, you have to follow through with your action or delay.
Okay.
You can delay, they already moved.
Hi,
You wanna
Abby.
heal.
Okay. Brick is next.
Rage!
Shit.
Rage!
Can you say it properly?
My Peter laser.
His health is 3, so it's more like rage!
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 No,
It's
you're always
rage of
wrong.
reaction.
Hmm?
Rage free action.
No, it's a bonus action, as if I
Bonus.
remember correctly.
Okay, so I can still attack and move.
Mm-hmm.
Don't move, I'll heal you.
Full attack and move.
Don't move, I'll heal you.
He wants attack. Full attack and move.
Just full attack. Because if you move, they will attack you.
Mm.
Can you reach in? Can you reach
What
in?
does advantage do, Gary?
You'll roll an extra die.
Take the higher.
Take the
Yeah, but
higher.
Roll
I can't.
two dice, take the higher result.
Alright, I can touch him. Before.
You touch him.
You have clean hands.
Fine.
Oh yeah, I do rage. And I'm gonna swing at the first guy who hit me.
This one?
Yeah. And can I use my great weapon?
Yeah,
Yes.
fine. You don't have. You have only +1 to your attack roll.
So minus
Minus 5.
minus 4.
Then reckless.
Oh! Roll dice!
You-
Heal pati ka?
Raging is a bonus action. Doing reckless is another bonus action.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't reckless yet.
You can reckless yet.
Oh, turn. Okay, so I can do full attack, right?
You still can attack once at great weapon, great weapon mastery.
Okay, I will attack once.
With great weapon,
Yes.
Okay.
All these owlbears are OP.
others are okay.
17
that
plus
hits.
what? 18.
That hits.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
1d12.
Oh shit, I have to write down. How many owlbears do I have?
1d12 plus 16.
Where's the,
Plus the 2 damage range.
should we put
Oh,
numbers
and then
on
damage
these?
range.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough.
8.
Maybe
8
like,
plus 16?
markers.
Yes.
24
24.
damage.
24 damage.
24 damage.
24 damage to that one owlbear.
We call that one number 1.
Okay. Owlbear 1 takes 1 damage.
2. Start to read. 3. 4.
You disturb my peaceful peace.
How many owlbears do I have there?
No, this is war peace.
I think we can take them. It's just gonna be a bit tough, but we can take them.
How
Did
much,
it die?
how much
No.
damage did I take?
What's the question?
24.
24 damage?
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna get.
So owlbear 1 takes how much? 24 damage.
Is it your death?
It's injured.
Perundil does fake wizard shit.
Faradil's turn.
He's good with the beer.
It's your turn. The beer is good. You mirror image. And go back to.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. He mirror image.
Alright.
You don't move?
Use mirror image. Lorimar is next.
I'm moving away from you.
Wait, it.
Oh, you're moving away
Someone needs to get healed.
Okay, you're gonna move here.
At the back of the bus. No, of course.
Wait, what are you doing at the back of the bus?
Where's Lorimar? I know where's Farandil.
You move there.
Okay, he's concentrating.
You good?
No, magic.
Okay, so you're mirror imaging, yeah.
Mirror imaging is concentration.
Yeah,
I
okay.
will die though if I don't move backward.
You can probably risk the top.
What are you doing, Lorimar? You made your armor, right? That's it?
Yeah, major amount of move.
I got this.
Moose is next.
I got this.
What do you do?
1, 2, 3.
Ay, makabot ko niya.
I wanna move.
Yeah.
1, 2.
He has a horsey.
Right? Are you gonna go to him?
1, 2,
Give it back to me, sir.
Oh no, I missed this step.
Yep.
So you leave your horse there.
And a puff of smoke, he moves.
Move 1.
Yep.
I touch him for Koan.
You touch him.
How much are you?
I touch you for 25, you fucker.
Now, 5. I have.
The
four
back to
on
28.
me. And there's 2 of
You can
them. So
you
I
can
have to move
hatag
up.
tanan, no?
Yeah, I left 5.
Oh yeah.
Ano na siya?
And
Oh, you
then
20, you
for
give him 20.
the remaining move action, you have to attack of opportunities on my horse, sir.
All right, on the horse.
Yeah. But roll it first.
Roll.
Yeah, he gets hit
15.
once.
Sorry.
He gets hit twice. If he dies, it's fine.
Okay, 10 plus 5, 6 plus 5,
11 is still alive.
3 plus 5 is 8.
19.
Still bleeding.
Space does this fucking horse have?
It's bleeding.
Check how much if the horse is.
I can't reach Mickey.
Was that
I agree.
Okay, but I'm trying something here with the horse.
That was an opportunity attack.
when you asked me what I was doing, was that my turn?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
range armory. Right?
Also wanted to move.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Horse. Anyway, whoever's next can Cassie, you can go.
There's a
Cassie
problem.
can
Can
go.
you exit the map? Will you exit the map?
You can give already.
I can't reach Mickey though.
Horse. War horse. War horse. Where the fuck is that war horse?
In the middle of the street.
Warhorse with Ed?
Wait, how many
Like
levels?
19 damage to Tanansa.
Yep. Does it live?
He's gonna die. I'm just trying to see if he does something before he dies.
Okay.
Shield of Faith.
Oh,
Yep.
19.
That was what you were trying to do, right?
HP
Yeah.
19. Warhorse.
Okay. He's down.
Armor class 11.
Yeah, he gets hit. The horse is dead. But these guys don't have attack of opportunities for this round anymore.
Sige.
Oh, which one?
These ones. I wanted to like do that, but he died before he could reach you. I will rescue!
Are you done?
No, it's still Koan's turn. Cassie, what did you do?
I couldn't get far. Wait, I could dash, right? And
Yes,
then
you
use
can.
my bonus action.
No, you can't dash using a bonus action.
No, but he can still use a bonus action
You can use
after
your
that.
bonus, yeah.
So I basically just get here.
And then...
I can't touch her.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, Merla's turn is next.
I will.
You can do whatever you want.
Who is this?
Me,
It's you?
I can't yet.
I will go down.
I have to dash to get to you.
I will go down. Is that my movement?
That's your movement, yes.
Going down? Does it?
That's half move.
Does it?
That's half.
It doesn't provoke though.
Ah, okay.
It doesn't provoke. It's just dismounting.
Heal.
I will heal myself.
Go heal yourself. Using a
28.
level 1 slot.
Oh no, I have all my slots.
Use level 2
I
heal.
didn't know I can heal for higher. Okay, I
Level 2 heal.
level
28
Or slightly higher.
28 plus wisdom.
3.
28 plus 3.
Whose dice is this?
My guys, I'm sorry.
Why did you touch another good person's
I was there on my card sheet.
You got all your luck on that first roll.
Yeah, you use your normal 20s now.
So
At
how
least
much
on
should I heal for?
the 5.
Right?
Oh god.
10.
Okay.
Wait, I have my bonus. I bonus. Wait, I have my second attack.
No, it's your spell, it's your action. You did your attack,
Yes.
a different action.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's the end of that turn. The owlbear will still continue to attack you guys as attacking.
That's what you do.
What can I bonus action?
11.
Nothing.
Please.
Casting a spell. Ooh. Negative 1.
Ooh.
Casting mouse manipulation.
Yeah, not yet. We'll pan pa. What are you trying to do
It's
now?
mine.
What's your action, ba?
Yeah, what's your action?
I'm gonna kill that.
So you're gonna attack.
Yes.
Okay. So make the rolls to attack.
2d10?
I think you got those two, so I'm gonna run around again to look for somewhere else to
Wait, the attack is 2d10 still?
Yeah, the attack is 2d10.
Smaller is better?
Yes.
Smaller is better.
1, 6 plus
Minus.
2,
2. 4.
7, 5.
5.
So 5, great. Ikaw, Bart, what do you want to do with your hard stick?
Hearts.
Beers.
You're delaying Yapon dots, of course.
Great. What do you do?
What are you doing?
You're melee, you will be disadvantaged if you shoot
Fine,
melee.
cantrip.
Yep.
You can disengage. The
Kitsune.
double disengage.
Shield,
becomes
Leon hands.
Okay,
No,
lay your
the
hands.
dog cannot move.
Is
That's-
there 5 foot
No,
standing?
Carly Miguel is behind him.
No, there is not.
You
No,
can-
5 foot step.
I have to
There,
do one
is there a like
Oh,
slide
yeah,
to another square?
That's
You're
multiple action,
already
yeah?
raged, you're good.
Spell like
28
Oh, wait,
health,
yeah.
you're good.
no, that's most.
I'm bleeding you.
I just healed you, you're not bleeding.
4.
Okay,
Okay.
4.
Okay, 4.
Kitsune.
Bart or
Kiki.
Merla? What's Merla trying to do?
attack.
Attack. Okay.
Okay, so I'll also attack.
You have to move.
Roll the 2 dice
Wait.
first.
Attacking
You're good
is
to
D10.
Hmm.
Yep. So we can get
No,
the order
you're
done.
not 200, huh? You're most under weapons. You're D8.
Yeah.
Vince, you're D8.
D8.
Not D10, yeah, just D8.
Because
They
you're a
also-
rapier. You're D10.
Ayun, paraan mo din yung groups. 5, 9,
Minus.
8.
That's a D10.
8.
6 and
Another one.
another one.
Ayun, man.
9, 15, minus 4, 11.
Momo, pudaan or niya.
Merla is 11.
Ferrodil is first.
Alright. Casting.
Milks, minute, minute.
Yours.
Dexterity.
And then
That
using
is
2 of my
14
6.
plus 2.
Meteors.
We
Putting
both
here.
are on number 5.
Okay.
So that saves.
Dex save.
Okay.
That dex save. That's 4. That's a fail.
I might be able to
4, that's a
kill
fail.
that guy.
Okay, double fail.
Another
I'll
dex
get
save?
the
Okay, there's 2.
temporary hit points if I kill him.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Save.
Let me
8.
go
That's a
for it.
fail.
See if I can.
2. That's a fail. Double
see if I can-
fails.
Double fail, so.
Roll. What's the
Nine.
number?
Is injured halfway there or injured
9
barely there?
plus.
Mm-hmm.
Means
What's the
13.
13 damage
on
there.
both 2 shots.
13 damage on
How
both.
much?
I might be
Average.
One
Okay.
plus 4.
And then I move.
So
Wait, 2,
How much are you
13.
now?
2
that's
blasts.
probably 18.
Or 13
Oh,
on
huge.
So 13 on both blasts.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
No, let me injure it.
And then I
Finish it
move.
off.
Okay, you go
Okay.
first then.
I move here.
Do you exit
Oh,
the map?
Yeah.
There's a prompt.
Concentration on me.
Do you exit the map?
Concentration on me.
Look at those guys.
Wait, transfer yourself. So, let's transfer that. Your
No, the concentration was at the bin.
No, wala. Mirror image na siya ka na lang.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Oh, there's a mirror image.
you're good. Next, Cassie's next.
Wait, what is he doing? Mirror image and that's it?
No, he
Merla for 15.
menued meteors. You heal Merla for
Touch hands for
15.
15. So you're not.
Touch
Touch
hands!
him.
So you touch him some hands over there.
I get touched a lot today.
You another movement anywhere?
Can you
No.
consent?
You can.
I got ready.
Is it up
I
or
have
that?
ready an action, but
It's
your
not
action
really
is
a
touch hands.
matter of-
Yeah, that's the main action on the touch hands. You can move in bonus
You
action.
can move.
Rick, go attack! As you're want to do. Are you raging now? Are you recklessing now?
Reckless, 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 reckless.
No.
Great weapon pa
Your
yun.
reaction ba?
Wait, they can only do one, di ba?
You ready
So,
you don't need to
I
ready
can't do great weapon if I do reckless.
What happen ang triggering effect? You can do your reaction.
Oh wait, Sally, that's possible?
What?
Great action and reckless?
Yeah, great weapon is nothing.
It's passive.
Great weapon master is like,
Passive.
it's like if you decide, yeah, I'm just gonna hit hard
Yeah, you're
with
just
this
gonna
action.
hit
Oh,
hard.
So reckless.
Hard and
Your
recklessly.
Minus 5 si mong hit.
I know.
Pero plus
But with advantage,
But
kay
with
reckless.
advantage.
Ang over, son.
Don't care.
Wait. Before you.
Oh, okay, doesn't care.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
16.
2 Too late.
wrestle killing is not a good thing to do here.
One attack from my
Let's go
weapon.
XP.
He's attacking.
No.
Yeah.
Give him the shield.
Raka?
That's a rock.
Wait, where's my
That's okay.
lethal? Oh, there.
I don't think he knows about wrestle killer rules.
Don't worry, he'll find out.
Okay.
Wrestle killers, what?
Wrestle killer
What
rules.
happened to you?
Six.
Ask me a question.
Oh, how much was the total?
6 plus
200.
6. You're on the 6?
Yes.
Plus
Strength
1.5
modifier.
1.5.
6 plus 4, 6, 12 plus 10, 22 damage.
Plus raging. Who did you
That
attack?
includes raging.
Who did you attack?
The hurt one.
Number
No,
1?
who-
Oh, no, yeah, the hurt one.
22 damage?
Yes.
It's nearly dead.
What the?
Oh, you have a second attack? Oh, you
No,
were
he's
level
not.
4 guy.
He
Yeah.
did not take that route of barbarian.
Ah,
He
the
went
Mars
there.
makes
He
You
did
now
not do
Eldritch Blast.
Berserker.
Well, first,
We can
bonus action.
Hex. Okay.
Hexipoo.
Ooh, hex on you.
Hexipoo on you. Oh, you're hexing yourself.
Yeah, so that.
Wait.
It's too big.
Oh.
No, you're hexing the other guy. Yeah.
Okay.
What is the concentration?
Oh, that's for concentration.
Oh,
Here,
that's perfect.
here, concentration.
And just have ribbons around me because
I think it hurt.
Okay.
colors.
I think you
Alright.
did.
Here we go. Here we go.
Or second, mo diyan.
I'm taking the blast one at a time, so that 16 plus
That's
6.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Yes.
For 8 plus 4, 12, 15 damage.
15 damage on who? The hurt one?
The number one. The one that's almost dying.
Oh.
Shield of, I know na.
It's
I know
dead.
na my shield of faith.
You can transfer the hex automatically, right?
Can't transfer my hex yet,
Okay,
but I got one more shot, so
Right.
I will
Great.
shoot this guy.
good.
Oh, you killed it, did it.
Yeah, give me 12, no,
Hit
not
points.
10,
Where's my,
10 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah, that covered. That's
14 plus 6, 20 to hit.
That
That's
hits.
8 plus 4, 12 damage on
12
number
damage.
2.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It. Or I don't know how are you supposed to growl like a bear or
Hood growl.
hood growl? Hood growl. Make
The
them
head
mad.
is an owl,
Yeah.
but it's mostly cooking.
Who? Bart is next. You now strike? Or what are you trying to do?
You get the stuff with your toon blade.
Sun blade.
Are you sure?
He jumps and then strikes number 3.
Was it acrobatic and athletics?
Yeah, he can. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. He's good.
hey good.
Did you mount the bear? Owl? Hoot? Groot?
You're halfling.
Ah.
That's the monk. That's Adelaide.
Oh, there's the monk, yeah.
No, Adelaide's not here.
Oh yeah, she's not. She
Adelaide's
didn't come
not
back.
here.
She's not with us?
Yeah.
She's not gonna wanna
But
do anything.
your dogs might die.
Those might happen.
Your halflings might die.
Oh no.
I don't have a rest spell yet.
What?
I don't have a resurrection spell yet.
Oh shit.
There's no cleric here.
I cannot get a resurrection spell at level 9.
In the carriage.
Yep. I'm assuming they do.
I miss.
Oh yeah. You miss?
I miss.
With your toon blade?
Even
With
with
a
a
+3?
even with a +3?
Yeah, I think something.
Oh god. It's you're now hard, but it
You don't
doesn't-
know how to use it yet.
You can't find the hole.
I can't find the whole way.
You're not used to this. Bardic inspiration on someone?
I give Bardic inspiration to make it.
Yay!
Yeah.
You're next. You can listen
No,
to
no,
music.
enemy mobs next
Oh,
time.
enemy mobs for the ice shit.
What?
Yeah.
He will attack you because he's just there.
Foot growl.
Growl. 2, nothing.
Advantage.
Claw.
Advantage
No,
because
he's
you're
already
reckless.
Oh, 19.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's your advantage.
14 plus
hits.
5.
Oh.
Yep. And then the second attack.
That hits.
I think we're okay.
That hits.
The
Both
first
hits.
attack is a 2010 plus 5. That's a 10 plus 5.
Divided by
Divided
2.
by
So
2.
one.
Up, down.
8.
Up or down? 7.
7.
7.
Okay.
And then
You're a merciful man.
8 plus 5. Wait, 8 plus 5 plus 5 is.
Is 18.
18.
Divided by 9.
So
Do you live?
9 plus 7,
16.
16, yeah.
Do you let
You died?
No.
No.
I'm down to the 12.
I am fine. You got this.
Salig.
Ako na dyan, ihurot ako heal niya.
I should have 5.
Who's this?
That's
Benson.
That's Benson?
yes.
You poke.
The
You
wrong.
poke the wrong hole.
15 plus 5.
Oh.
20.
Huh?
20.
Oh, that hits very much.
And
You can react with your, you suck, you mama
Oh.
suck.
11 plus 5.
16.
Hellish rebuke.
16.
Still hits, I think.
Ba't kasi yun, no?
Yeah. Tactics.
Yeah.
Tactics.
Tactics nga 14.
Do you do
No,
something instead?
Wait.
Tactics nga 14.
Yep, by hellish
Okay,
rebuke.
14 version sa tactics na
Alright.
ito.
I attack you first.
There's
You
a
need to
version?
damage first before you rebuke.
Tactics,
Because it's
I did a lot of
8 plus
upping
5
the
damage.
quality of the song.
Ah, okay.
And then
The CG also did that.
8 plus 5, yeah.
13. 26 damage.
Whoa.
Then
Oh
you
my
do a
God.
hellish rebuke. You
Oh my
rebuke
god, I
me.
already declared my attack.
And let's see, hellish rebuke. Third level.
Using your infernal legacy, yeah.
Burn.
Burn.
How much is that?
And then you make a dexterity saving throw or something.
Yeah, that's
Dex saving throw. 8 plus 1. Nope.
Nope.
I fail. How much damage does number 3 eat?
Oh,
You killed number
you killed
3.
everything.
You
Really?
killed yourself!
9, 10, 11,
It's closer.
20.
It's closer.
20.
No. It's beside the wolf. It's beside the wolf.
Yeah.
Open it.
Yep. Is that right?
So that's 11.
Plus 7.
That's
So
it.
8.
So 20. 18. It hurts a lot, but it still lives because it's unharmed yet. Okay. Next mob. Here.
Wait, level low no, 20.
26.
Number 4.
He goes here to the side. Yes. No, she's gonna attack the. Is this a horse?
That's the dog.
That's the dog.
I will attack the dog.
No!
18.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
20.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. Alright, the
Can
first
you
one.
not check attack me na lang?
The dog will do that saving throws.
4 plus 5.
9. It's still alive on that
This
one.
is a crit. This is a 2d8.
16.
It can't be right.
Yung dog.
Gamay tayo.
This is a 2d8, so this is already 16.
16 na daan. I think
I
he's
think
dead.
he's dead.
Oh my god.
He's definitely dead.
He's gonna do that
Okay.
saving throws now.
Your dog is. Dog is crashed.
His HP is 19.
He's dead.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
He's now.
No, just leave him there because we can still heal him.
Yay.
Mine disappears.
Wala ka nag-bond pa yan, no? Okay, never mind.
Well, why would I bond him? I'm gonna die first.
Now he's gonna attack
It's a-
here.
I
One.
mean, it's
That's a horse. Okay, you're not going for the halflings?
No, they're not. Let's say the animals will just animal attack. Who's this in that one? That's you? Okay, this is one attack. 16 plus 5.
Oh, fuck.
And 7 plus 5. Nope. 16 plus 5, you take 1 plus 5 damage.
6.
What?
This one is not enough.
Wait.
Yeah.
Concentration. Nego mo.
Yeah, so
So
just,
10 or 10. Just
Ten.
beat a 10.
just roll a 10.
Ano? Uda to? Constitution?
Yeah.
Yeah, you beat a 10.
And this goes to the side because it's further away. Attacks left, is that the remorse? 7 plus 5?
7 plus 5.
Oh, yeah.
12, I've got 15.
Ah, okay, now.
And 1, that's a critical fail. That's it, Merla's next.
So my dog is gone, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This guy killed the dog.
Who is
Do
this?
you roll for will save?
No. He's been dead before, so I'm gonna kill him next time.
He's already heartless.
I
I feel nothing for you, Camel. You're just a pile of dead meat.
I am farm!
Someone heal dog, okay?
Somebody is the.
You will disengage?
5 foot step,
There's no
yeah.
5-foot step.
Disengage.
But you can't attack
Wait,
anymore
oh
if you
yeah, no,
disengage.
I can't. Okay.
You can risk the attack of opportunity. You
Okay,
might
fine.
survive.
I was just scared.
No, atras ba? Risk the attack of opportunity to move away.
And then I can shoot.
And then you can shoot.
I mean, you can still shoot in front of you, but it's just
No,
disadvantage.
disadvantage lang if you're shooting in melee.
Oh,
Ah,
no.
okay.
So you move and you risk.
Move far!
Like disengage.
But I can't attack
You
him.
can attack.
You
But
can't
he will
attack.
hit you first, attack of opportunity.
Okay, hit me first.
You can go
I
behind
don't know
me.
where to go. Where
It's
are
safe
you?
here.
I'll hit you with
Right? There's only one
That's too
enemy.
far.
It's 7 plus 5. Doesn't hit.
Go here.
Huh?
7
No,
plus
it
5
doesn't.
doesn't hit. Okay.
Go
My
there.
AC is 17, huh?
Go there. The
Here?
corpse of the one, yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Shoot everyone!
Here you do have bardic inspiration. So you
Yeah,
can
no.
roll one
I
extra
have 3
D8.
attacks of opportunity on me if I move.
Yes. Oh no, you only have 2 because he used it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm already done moving.
I will get my bird to help.
Okay.
Concrete is how much?
It's a 6.
D6.
D8.
Yeah.
What
11
is
plus
that?
It's a
5,
D8.
D8.
13, 12 plus 9.
Yeah,
12 plus 9.
these are one. It's a soft foot growl,
Very
feathery,
soft. Roll
furry.
your damage, 1d8 plus ano,
What's a lot?
you move so wala ang plus
Wala ang plus
7 plus 4 is 13. Ano,
What about
11.
the plus 2?
2. I
He has
have 1
bracers.
Oh.
He has bracers that gives her plus 2 damage.
What?
Magic items!
How much damage?
13. Ano? 11.
11 damage.
Oh wait,
It,
can I ask a bonus action? Hunter's Mark?
yeah, you go ahead. Yeah. But you're gonna spend a slot to Hunter's Mark.
Plus 6.
Plus 6. You're gonna spend a slot to Hunter's Mark,
You
right?
have 2 attacks na.
Yeah. Oh wait, his favorite, kay Giant.
No, they're
No,
not.
It's out there.
large.
Oh, they're not there.
They're out there. Okay. It
So,
is
15. May second attack.
badly injured.
Wait,
Yeah.
I have a second attack?
Yeah, your normal attack. This is your normal attack action.
You don't have a second attack yet.
No!
You're level 4.
Yeah,
Oh,
15 and sure hits with the Hunter's Mark.
3.
6, 10 damage.
10 damage. Buhi
cracked.
pa. Buhi pa.
It
It yet
cracked.
lives. Moose is next.
I step forward.
Yep.
I draw my scythe.
Do you rainbow it?
I rainbow it.
Alright. Roll the attack.
You see a rainbow appear on my stick.
A rainbow blade.
First attack. That
That
probably
hits.
hits. For 1d8. I will do the stupid thingy of my side. Where's my card sheet?
Go, go, go.
1d8. 5. This is 2 damage. What the fuck? 6 plus 3. 9 damage. I deal 9. 6 plus 5 di I.
Uh-huh.
I deal 11 cold damage.
To number 2. Albert 2.
Number two.
11 cold damage to Albert 2.
Is it frozen?
Second attack. 10 plus.
No, that hits
6.
Gapon. For sure it
Hits.
is. Yep.
For sure. How injured is it? Number 2.
It is middle injured.
Middle injured. Ooh!
You mean blooded?
Ability wisdom save.
Oh shit.
What happened?
The prismatic ray.
I deal no damage.
Oh shit. Okay, it fails.
It's blinded.
It's blinded. Alright.
Okay,
Is
I'm
that a
done.
rainbow light?
It's a rainbow sign.
Okay.
You see a rainbow colored.
He is dazzled. He is dazzled by the rainbow.
He's dazzled by the
I
rainbow.
will saving throw myself.
Okay, so the following turn comes in next. Although they're putting up a resistance, they're still fighting you. They're still aggressive. They still think they can take you.
Yeah, they
So-
still can take us.
So that's 14 minus 1 for me. So 13 for the monsters.
Wait.
What are you guys doing? Cantrip, go.
9 plus 7.
2. Shit. 8.
What are you doing?
8. Oh.
Yep. Are you attacking?
Yes.
It's
That's
plus
my
8.
damage.
Eight.
Eight, eight, 16.
It rolled 2.
I rolled 2.
You're doing 8 plus
Both are
8.
8.
16.
Oh, okay.
16.
Minus, so minus.
That's it. 16.
Okay.
Oh no.
Bilang initiative modifier.
14. 14. Sorry.
14. Okay. Lorimar, what are you doing? There's an owlbear bearing upon you right now.
Yeah, if do I have disadvantage on my Eldritch Blast on the
No.
foot?
I don't think so. And that just applies for range attacks.
Alright.
Range weapon attacks naman siguro. So you can Eldritch Blast to his face.
Alright.
You're delayed, Yapanduts.
That's what I'll do.
Bart, what are you doing?
Casting spell.
Ooh. Oh shit.
10.
10? Okay.
Does it work on unhumanoids?
Yep. 11?
This is switch.
What are you doing?
If income to give it to you, what that they can have to understand you?
Yep.
I have 2.
Here and understand here.
How much is your
Two.
2. Okay, great.
Earned it.
Yep.
Pang-human wings.
Yep. Merla, what are you doing?
Shoot.
Avenge your dog.
Avenge the dog. 14 ka break, no? Yep. Yep.
Wait.
D8.
What?
Wait, that's D10.
That was a D10,
Oh, wait,
this is a
no.
D8.
Sorry.
Two D8s.
No, she's a longbow.
I
It's a
should be a
D10.
D10.
That's a two-handed weapon?
Yeah.
Heavy weapon?
Yeah.
Ah.
6.
Minus 4.
2.
2. Great.
Ooh.
Kuan.
Oh, that's
Smart.
yeah. Minus 4.
That's
Top
funny.
with the D8.
Okay.
D8 wala.
D8 ang regular weapon. Ang 100.
Uh-oh.
7, 11.
11. Alright. Ferrodin is first, somehow.
Alright. So
Instead
I'm
of
gonna
your-
say, Lorimer, you're good, right? Okay, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two meteors here, and then I'm gonna call the dead. Who's the most?
Better give that one
Number
to
4, number 5,
No.
Nothing.
3.
number 3.
Number 3 is the most injured one. Yeah.
Okay, call the dead and number 3.
Okay.
First is
Wisdom saving throw?
Dex. No, Dex.
Dex
Meteor.
for the meteor.
Okay.
Meteor.
Meteors on
Save
4
her
and
for the
5.
dead, they might be more injured after.
16 plus 1.
Ooh,
That's safe.
save.
One of them saves. So number 4 saves. Number 5 doesn't save.
Okay, so
Five.
5 full damage,
Sige.
2 for half damage.
How much is the damage?
5 and 4.
5
Five damage?
5 and full.
5 and 2.
Are you sure it's a meteor?
And then
It's a
one more
minute
reaper.
meteor.
Yep. One more meteor. So
Alright.
number 4. 11 doesn't save. 12 doesn't save. Both takes the full damage of 9. 9 and 9. Okay.
Call of the Dead,
Oh, who? Number 4?
number
3.
3.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. 6. Nope. Doesn't save. That's a 9.
2d12.
2d12?
Yes.
Damn it. Okay.
It's level 2, it's a higher level.
Yeah.
No, it's I'm level 1 or with.
Okay, your casting is at a higher level.
Yeah.
Or you're higher. You're a high level guy now.
Yeah.
8 damage. It still yet lives.
He hears
This one's almost
Cling,
dead.
cling.
it's not a toll, it's more like a tinkle.
Is that dying?
Tinkle the
Yeah,
dead.
almost
Good
really
to know.
thankful.
Good to know.
Alright.
Merla's turn is next.
There's one that's
Pick off the
dying.
weak one.
Shoot, Merla, shoot!
That's still plus
9.
That still hits. They have an armor class
That's
of
a
13.
lot of plus. Why?
Because I'm not moving.
Why do you roll?
What?
I
If
don't
you
know.
if you don't move, you get a whole lot of
He
plus.
got familiar.
Yeah, kaya na-shake itong magical weapon. Magical bracers.
Bracers.
D10.
Can I have those bracers?
3 plus 5.
Who are you attacking?
That's me.
Are you attacking number 3?
This is me.
3 plus Dex plus 4, 7 plus 2, 8, 9.
You're attacking number 3, right?
Yeah.
That one.
Oh, that's so dead. Nag-get push pa.
Number 3 dead?
Yep, number 3 is dead.
Damn it!
I didn't know.
Pick up for your own problems.
I've still got my full temper, you know.
Yeah, you do. Okay, you have another attack.
I was with the other guy.
5 plus 9, 14.
That still hits.
Oh,
Somehow.
How much did you hit me for kanina? 5?
Yeah.
6.
6 plus 12. 12 damage.
12, well, number 4?
4.
Alright. So it's still injured.
Just
Basically
scratch, injured.
No more movement?
No.
Lorimar, you blast eldritchly.
Yes,
You have advantage if you shoot the blind guy.
Which?
Oh, yeah.
The one in front of me.
This guy?
That
That's
guy.
blind.
Okay, I moved my
Hex.
hex to him. And
Advantage where he's blinded.
Oh, yeah.
17 plus 6.
Monsters Mark 3.
Should you roll 2d10?
8 damage.
Alright.
Okay, shouldn't you be rolling 2d10 for your
Under
LH?
I
class?
don't have a slot line.
Okay, I have 2 shots.
Ah, so shot.
Two shots.
I can.
Individual.
Yeah, I could.
Wait,
shoot
8
it
damage
at
on the first.
8 damage first one, and that's another hit. Oh wait.
With the hex.
Yeah. Then 12 damage on the first hit.
Yep.
Then 5,
Plus X. 6.
6 plus the 4.
10.
Yeah. 10 damage on the second.
10 damage. It's still sort of badly injured though. But it's still
Kasi!
standing. Cacti is
Hit
next!
number 4. Number 4.
Hit number 4.
Destroy it!
No.
No. You're level 5, right? No?
Faster,
Apparently
bro.
not.
Apparently not.
I got like I have the skills and all the stuff.
I know. So you missed.
We have
Mark
to
is
review the
next.
record. We have to
Mark
review the recording.
is next. You were casting a spell, right?
Hindi mo, takot ako.
You attack. Okay.
Pero he died.
You can move and attack.
Yeah.
If you go to the blind guy, you'll have advantage. You go to those two, I don't know what you get.
By the way, this is the last turn, or your deck is not. I mean, you. It's not goes off again.
Wait, why are you trying to kill this? It's
Because he's
dead.
blind.
Because he's
I'm
blind.
dead! It's
Advantage.
Nine, 6.
What?
6.
What?
6.
6. You like bonus. The armor class is 13.
No, bigyan ko kapos 9 siya. Tungkol sa plus 3.
And then
Wait,
your
plus
dex.
Plus 3 man siya, 9. That's your dex.
My dex sucks, it's 1.
But your proficiency, doesn't that count? The proficiency?
Yeah, proficiency should count.
Huh?
Proficiency pa yun.
What do you mean proficiency?
Proficiency bonus.
You're plus 2, right? So,
Yeah.
What's the fun there? What's the difference?
6
That's
Yeah,
an eight.
proficiency is 3.
Ah.
6
That's an
plus
eight.
6, 12.
no, it's a 13 hits. Armor class
Okay.
13. But
Six.
he has a 6, plus the 3 is a sword, plus the 3 is a
9,
dex,
10, 11,
Yeah,
12.
bro.
plus
Sila
2 is a
dex.
proficiency mo.
Ano to?
Ikaw na.
Ikaw na, you still hit it.
Okay.
These are fun.
Wait,
Good
proficiency
girl.
is... katong sa
This is the
dex.
first time your sword actually stabbed something. Maybe if you like it.
Hindi nakastaman siya sa una. Pero wala na ako sa gamita kaya nagsige na mo hit na. Sana, hit metal.
That's why nang doon siya ni. This sword is very.
Ni, nasa na siya?
Say sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sword. I'm sorry, senpai did not put this you.
Oh, what the damage?
6 plus 3.
Plus dex.
6, 7, 9, 10. 10. 1 naman akong dex.
Oh, okay, what?
10 damage on owlbear number 3. It still somehow lives. It's on its last leg.
My goodness.
Just die already, give up.
Why?
Why? Next
Break.
is brick.
Break. Finish it.
Brick smash.
Reckless?
No
It's,
need.
You have advantage. No
you
need.
already have advantage.
I'm
Not
just
reckless.
gonna...
Wait, just to be sure, bardic inspiration.
I'm not sure you get. You get a
No,
D8.
you don't even need to break that one. That's legs.
Great weapon!
Then hits.
Yeah, it hits.
Why are you rolling a D12 and a D20?
Oh, sorry. How about the D20 is
Oh, it
30?
hits na. Okay.
It's already plus 6
Go na
damage
din, ba't yan
na.
makakrit?
Patay na.
Patay na.
What na? Dead na.
Dead na. Necrom, yung great weapon mastery. Look for something else to hit within range, not me.
No! Wow! There's nothing! Can I still
You
move?
can move.
My movement is 30. Okay. So that's
Pwede siya ano, ikanan niya pang
15,
kuprok ang
20,
mastery.
25.
Move siya.
Yeah, that's
Lalagyan
right.
pa.
Oh,
Pwede.
Oh,
Like
really?
Basta pa siya yung movement
Four
namin.
squares?
Oh,
No?
okay na.
Yeah, you can hit the guy.
Yeah.
You can hit that guy.
Yeah, you can move.
Hit the guy.
Wait, I can still hit?
Yes.
Yes.
Because ni proc mo ang great weapon.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
You made someone go 0.
5, 10, 15, 20. Do I need to acrobat?
No,
No, you don't
fine.
need to just
Okay.
stay there.
Just hit him.
Just hit him. You can reckless now.
You can reckless now.
Okay, reckless!
Baro.
Saan ba no?
Oh.
Wala naman ako.
8
Ah,
plus.
iya pa na siya, sigurado, because
8
it's
plus
13 armor class.
6, yeah, you go
Yeah, 6.
Yep.
8 plus 6, 14.
Yep, that'll do it.
Unless you break weapon again.
No, I did.
Okay,
Is she attacking all their number 6?
Under
12 plus 4. Oh, plus 6.
18.
18.
18. It's injured.
What?
It's
Yeah,
injured.
that's the first damage is done.
Oh, that's the first? Okay.
What, 4?
Plus rage, go damage.
You wanna order both? They can go ahead.
Huh?
They can.
There's coffee downstairs though. If you want.
Let's go downstairs.
Enemy mob will go. Is he still alive?
No, he's dead.
Okay, he's dead now.
He's dead.
That's dead. That's dead.
Oh,
This is dead.
How? Sandwich?
Yeah.
Number 4 will keep on going here. Who's I'm gonna attack that.
Yeah,
Who's this?
No, Food Panda.
10 plus 5. No.
Food Panda.
6 plus 5. No.
Australia is your.
5.
I'm not sure.
How
Attack
much?
you.
25?
18.
3 plus 5. No.
Everyone's a
14
joy,
plus
so-
5.
Okay, go for that.
Yeah, that's it.
You take 9 plus 5 damage.
It's 14?
Mahal mo dito.
Yeah, that's 14.
Oh, Rulami ba?
Ginahan mo.
20. I'm at 20.
Okay. And then they immediately try to escape since wala na. You can take attack opportunity
Okay.
on either of them.
I save.
You hit, you mean.
Mora.
You only hit one, but you only have one.
Yeah, you only hit one. Who do you attack? You take the
Four.
attack.
The
4
4.
is damage. Most
The 4.
damage.
Yep.
Divine Might is what?
Just not device might on ako. It's only a normal attack.
Okay.
Not on a reaction attack. Now we established that.
You okay, man?
Top. Okay.
6 plus 5 plus 1
How much?
14.
14 damage on number 4.
Yeah.
It still yet lives somehow.
I'm trying.
And it runs 40 feet ang iyang speed. It's 40 feet. So that's 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, then 25, 13 lang kay higher terrain. Again, here, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Control na din eh. The other one's gonna attack you. That's there, right?
or
Who's that him?
Me.
You. Oh, that's right, that's you.
Yeah, I injured him.
You injured me. Ah, eat that.
You have.
I have not hurt him at all,
That's
even though
true.
he's been standing beside me.
5 plus 5, no?
No. Shoot your friend over there.
6 plus 5.
No, 15.
Then they run away na put. All the way. They're trying to disperse now. All the way down. Attack of opportunity. Both of you actually.
Yeah.
You wanna punch him in the face?
14 plus.
Hits.
Okay.
They don't have any weapons, so.
Wait. Oh, this is normal enough? Normal attack?
Yeah. Oh. 1 plus 6.
6. Yeah.
That's 7 attack.
Yeah. I did 7. Just 7. Yeah, that's right.
Punch. I guess it's just a regular 13. Oh, punch is strength.
Yep. You deal 1 damage because
So that's
You heal
fine.
one damage.
it's just 1 damage. Oh yeah, you get.
No.
Wait,
Negative 1.
It doesn't kill. It doesn't hit.
No.
It's a 12. So they scatter now.
For a while.
You can pursue them if they want.
It's so weird.
Yes.
Yes.
Kill them.
Yes.
Last call na po. My meteor sword.
Yeah, wait. Who's is next first? Then they can get a free attack.
Okay.
On my Eldritch Blast.
Kill the number 4. Kill number 4.
I touch hands the dog for 5.
Yeah.
Okay, your dog has been touched of the hands.
Hey, I saved your dog again.
Oh, right.
For 4
Yep.
blood.
Bullshit rin ako as one.
Now, since they're already fleeing, everyone can make 1 range attack before.
I know, Anna.
Okay.
Range.
That guy? This guy?
Oh yeah, I have a javelin.
I have a javelin.
Meteor.
I'll just shoot.
And then
Guys, I'm just
purple.
trying to eat, you know.
Shut up. I'm trying to
Don't eat
eat
my
you.
dog!
I say I
16 plus
healed your
5.
dog.
Yeah, but they killed it.
Javelin is what, Kenny?
1d6 plus
Nice.
strength or dex, whichever you prefer.
Strength. You're throwing it. It's strength.
AC 13 doesn't hit. Just roll
Wait,
the damage.
what? Over 1d6?
Just roll up
15. Go ahead. Roll damage.
Yeah, that's
Can I throw to Javelin?
15.
15 on number 4.
This guy.
Number 4?
This guy.
On number 4. 15 damage on number 4. It still lives.
6 damage on number 4.
Here.
Shit.
Meteor, go. Make the roll.
Wait,
First roll.
3 plus. Does rage count?
Succeed. 6. So 6 and
Yes,
3.
plus 2 damage. So 3 plus
Yeah,
2,
six.
5 plus 4.
Second one?
And
Second one? Okay, second one.
3. Wait, the 6. The 4 is dead.
9 damage. 9 damage, Javelin.
Okay, 9 damage.
8.
8. Okay.
On this one?
Yeah.
That guy's dead?
Number 4 is dead.
He doesn't save. 8.
8.
Okay, go.
Okay, and then Firebolt?
Fireball, go ahead.
Oh god, so much damage!
So much hate!
So much hate! Didn't even touch you!
24.
Okay.
Is he dead?
Yeah, no, I mean that
Okay.
hits.
Hits.
It will. How much?
20.
Oh, that
What?
dies.
Oh, then.
Oh no, it doesn't die pa.
Wait,
Oh.
that's
I didn't die?
Yeah.
I have 6 damage!
Okay, that dies it. That kills it.
That
On
one.
this one,
That one.
I have 14 hit.
Yep.
Yeah. This one doesn't hit. This one doesn't.
Damage.
5, 6, 10 damage.
10 damage. It's limping, but you let one go.
No! Can I charge?
For the purpose, it's already
the
been.
party because he charges after the.
It's still, unless he hides behind
He
something,
moved it.
I have 120 range.
That's true. You could technically do that. Yeah, so they're dispersing. Let's say you kill them, and you gain the temporary hit points for sure.
I already have the max.
Ah, okay.
Max.
Yeah.
All right. So
Because nobody hit me.
I touched myself for fun.
everyone gets 900 XP
There you
here.
go!
Yay!
Level 5!
Do I level 5?
Did I was see?
Oh, wait.
15.
Wait, what's the experience now for again?
6.
For 4?
for
You're level
five.
4.
Five.
The 5 is 6,500.
No, I mean, okay, I start level 4 when so
Oh,
it's a starting level.
2,700.
So 2,700, I need to reach
6,500.
what?
Lepa.
Plus
Lepa.
900.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Yes.
They have some friends now.
So, we've got our weed. What do we do now?
You ostensibly get your weed and you send it back over there
Nice.
to the Khan.
3,000,
I will use-
3,600.
I will use a second level spell slot to
Mhm.
summon Dash again.
Oh god.
Yay. Woo.
I now have a steed.
You have the Steve?
I'm gonna call it Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Celestial, Infernal, or Fey?
Fame.
I'm Fey.
I now have counter spell.
Huh?
Celestial, Infernal, or Fey?
Boy.
Mm.
And
It's the
dark
it's
one-
the legendary
dark ones
order
are luck.
Yeah, Celestial or Fate.
Is there a
This is
whole
Celestial,
bear
I'm
out?
Fey.
Yep. Which is
Who
weird
has the
because he's
whole
the green
bear
knight
out?
and you're the Kuan.
So no one is
Yeah.
there.
It doesn't matter.
You gave me fairies in my backstory. What did you expect?
I did not expect that you would be the one to Kuan.
I thought it was
To
me
get the
as
gem
well,
charges.
No, I picked
No,
it
also
because
have fairies that.
I did. That's true.
I'm in your background?
I now
What?
have
Are
a
you a
horse.
fairy
I
now?
don't
For
have to
real?
ride with you.
Whoa.
He's admitting.
I
Did
know,
you
I
know
know
you
that.
read?
So you sent all the way back. Very thankful for you guys to Kuan.
So, Fairy, what do you think about Brick?
He's capable.
He's capable?
He killed
He's capable or he's capable?
one?
Two.
Two. He killed
Very
two.
decent.
I killed one.
I mean, he's nearly near my kill count of
10 giants?
3 enough, you know?
Nearly. Okay. So you're sent back
We
there.
need a dedicated healer. I swear to God.
Yes, where's Jesus? Oh, where's Craig?
Where's Craig? Right. So it's probably close enough to 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning when
morning.
you come back because it was long rest and then it's an early day.
Oh,
You come back, you have a fully loaded.
You can actually head back.
And the fact is, the halflings talk to Merlin. Hey guys, you guys are heading back. You said right?
Yeah,
You guys are pretty strong. You think we can just
Hitch?
No, actually, we're gonna like have our back, so to make sure that the package doesn't get gone.
Yeah, you want
Let's
us
go
to bring the
together.
package? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We have a small percentage of
The earnings.
the earnings.
That's true. What small percentage do you want?
I don't know.
5%.
How much are you getting for this?
Well, we want until we find out though. It's 5% of whatever we're gonna get. Sounds
Okay.
fair?
That's
Look.
fair.
Let's make it 10.
No, let's just keep it 5. They allowed us to stay here without
50%.
telling the dude.
Hey, you had your fun. Come on.
We did all the work.
You had your fun. You enjoyed it. Look at you. You're
You
smiling.
leveled up! You
Yeah.
have to complain!
And I absorbed the power of them.
Exactly.
Without getting
5%
hit.
guys, 5%.
You're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, okay.
Say, just this once. Maybe you could give them.
Yeah, but money is good too.
5, but you buy us drinks when we get 2 after 2.
Fair enough.
Do it.
Alright, let's
Witness.
go.
You're rolling.
He's rolling. Witness.
Okay.
500%.
This guy's drunk on
That's pretty
power.
good. 8.
Yeah.
Great. Above
You have more
average.
HP than me now.
So Adeline goes, yeah, you guys had your fun. Can we go back now?
49.
Yeah,
What are we
go back.
even doing
Adeline
here?
is still in
In the tavern.
bar.
So we get back to the
Yeah.
tavern.
Yeah.
How was your day?
Hey, what happened to Duke?
I don't remember most of it.
He's cool.
It was fun. I
He's-
don't remember
he's
most
dumb.
of it.
Yeah, that's a great night then.
So
Where are these
remind me again what you guys are doing here. Is it enough time for us to
Alibi.
make an
Oh, is it?
alibi?
Yeah, we're good. We can go back now.
Wait,
We have made our mark here.
hello guys, what happened to the dude?
He knows. I think he's dumb and knows nothing, and he's trying to
He's
do
a patsy.
something with the dark shards. But since the dark shards are not
He's
getting here,
bullying my people.
He was supposed to.
He should have just
He
killed
was.
him.
he tried.
Transfer the hex to the Duke.
Oh god.
Oh.
Believe me,
You're
Lorimer
doing the
tried.
favors now.
Oh, we're unliving stuff.
We're killing the Duke. You're doing the halfling favors now. I seem to have sensed a change on you,
These
or
halflings should do favors for me, that's right.
But you didn't kill the Duke.
Okay. So again, it's 10 a.m. Are you going straight to the quad?
Yeah, we have our alibi. We also got some exercise, so we're good. We're happy.
I only spent.
Are we stopping by?
I'm out of spell slot, level 2 spell slots, but it's fine.
Summon the dog. Level 2 cell slots. Okay.
I had to miss this step to someone to make sure he doesn't die.
Alright, took you long enough then. Adeline goes. So we're on the way back.
Hmm?
We back. The two best people do a perception check.
Best.
Not
Best.
That's not me.
I can
Just
I
Mickey.
I can
Is that
insight.
with advantage?
Are we still in town?
Wait, is that an advantage if you're in grasslands, right?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, no, it
I have
doesn't
pets,
matter.
but I have pets too.
Help.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
I can perception too.
I play with Camel, that's why I'm distracted.
Nah, there's also Fiddle.
Wait,
That's
do
only
you-
plus 1.
No. Two best.
Two best.
15 plus 7.
Do you have perception? Train?
22.
But
Perception train?
yeah, I have perception skill.
Deception skill.
And like 9 in wisdom.
Yeah.
He's 10 in wisdom. His intelligence though.
At least his charisma is not his dumb stat, is it?
He's also
Okay.
nice.
It's a dumb
So how much was it?
It's
How much?
It's win marks.
22.
And then,
Oh,
Oh, he was both.
how much is your skill?
skill
I got a 20.
11.
We're not doing it.
Okay.
11.
Merla. Is the only one.
Menla is the only one, probably because you're from there. Within the
Yeah.
ruckus of the tavern and the hubbub, only you were able to notice port siren, like a honk or a boom.
There's ship arrival.
There's a ship arrive that's coming in here, and you notice
Okay.
as you go outside,
AC.
it is
Lazy,
not.
lazy.
I
Just sound effects.
It's something like port one here.
Yeah, that's sound
What the?
effects.
It's
Did Sammy do it?
No, I
Sammy do
didn't.
this?
I can't do
Special
anything
effects?
like that. No. Special effects. That's good. Okay.
Well, you had a
Yeah.
soundboard.
You're getting outside, and then you notice it's a ship coming in, and then just out of curiosity, you go. This is no longer like a general longboat. This is now with the flags,
Galleon.
a full galleon
Of the Empire.
encrusted of the Empire Good.
Maybe they
Wow.
have scrolls.
coming in here to port.
Maybe they're Strauss.
And that's all that happens. What do you guys do now?
I can't visit the port. The Duke is there.
You can visit the port and not be
Hey.
seen by the Duke, you know.
Can you go visit the port?
What's in the port?
Hmm.
No, you're the only one who saw it.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling everybody. Can someone visit the port? I feel like there's something that there might be scrolls, sir.
Oh, really? Let's go.
I will go to keep him out of trouble.
It's probably the ship that's come to pick up the dark shards.
Oh.
You're right. Can I do locate
Pass the deck.
object?
Can you
Yeah,
pass the
we-
deck?
we-
Oh,
we-
wait, wait.
do
No,
investigate-
locate object before we go.
No, we have the dark shard.
No,
No, we don't.
no, we don't. They're already in the other dimension. Each
Yeah, yeah,
time,
I mean, that's
each
what
it
time
is.
the mom gets it, she.
No, wait, what
puts it
dimension?
in
It's
It's
gone.
in your bag of
the dark
holding.
shards.
The
It
other
might
one?
be here.
Go near the
No,
docks.
It's called the High of Holding.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
go near the docks.
No,
Okay,
it's
1000. Yeah, that's right. Let's go near the
Oh,
docks.
it's not near? Okay, yeah, I go to the docks
Okay.
with everybody.
You want to sink the ship?
No.
I'm gonna say that you're able to at least
Fireball.
not go into the docks as 1,000.
Where the Duke is.
You can sort of sneak coming in here and not really try
I
to
mean,
get.
there's so many people I need
Yeah,
to
yeah. You can conceivably. People don't hate it here, just the Duke. So it's just
Right.
try to escape off of the guards,
And
right?
I'm very-
Being mysterious hooded figure.
Right.
Yeah,
So you go there, you cast the locate object. Locate object, nothing so far from within the range of the ship or within the town itself. So far as you're both moving.
Were you looking for dark shards on the ship?
Yeah, no.
Well, there might be news from the
They're
Empire.
going to come
Is
here.
it docking to pick up stuff or does
Yeah,
it?
that's
Okay.
Are they docked?
As you're already approaching to the dock,
Yeah.
this is the official ship of the Galaran Empire ship with a full mast and everything. And once it's docked and the plank effing whatever ship terminology you want to use, these are no ordinary. There are now Galaran soldiers coming in.
Ooh.
Troops upwards of 50. That's coming
That's
in
a
so
lot.
far.
Just 50.
That's a lot.
5-0.
5-0 so far coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and then they're putting out supplies, and you see at the corner the Duke is actually waiting for them. From outside as well, that what comes in here is distinguished looking one, dark skin,
Do I know him?
full bald. It has the make knowledge
History?
history check.
History check. I haven't used something in a while actually. Where's my black dice? History?
Yep. Or no, yeah, history check.
I will use my luck point.
Uh-huh.
10!
Use again.
You can't use it again.
You can?
You can?
I don't know.
You can't.
You cannot? Okay. This looks an important guy. All you know is this guy looks important.
This guy looks important, man.
Lorimar, you
Since
can
I'm-
do this
since
too.
I'm-
You can make a history check.
Can I also
Are you in the docks? You're not in the docks, right?
Yeah.
can I also try? Because basically, if it's
Yeah, you can do a
politics,
history
I
check
am
as well, yeah.
still in our
Yours will have a higher DC though, compared to them as natives.
17.
Never mind.
17?
Never mind.
Okay. You know these people is because this particular one has a symbol of patch, like a patch on the cape or somewhere in a tabard. It's a scale with a radiant sun on the backdrop, skin on the backdrop, and you know you don't like these people because they are slimy. To the extent that they're slimy and they're straight, that you are slimy. These are justicars. These are basically
Oh, someone?
non-nobles,
Not
but
nobles?
they are basically the enforcer of
Nobles.
the king's law. So these are royal magistrates. They acquire no titles, but they're usually common born. They cannot acquire any property, but they serve as
They
the
don't hire
law.
authority.
They're like the Judge Dredd,
Oh.
children of the light sort of situation here.
The
And
magistrate.
one
They think they're
has
all
now been
right.
sent with a legion of
50.
Galaran 50 so far. Galaran troops that are coming in. You see him, you notice him
The Duke
walking
already-
in.
You're already talking to them?
In fact, the difference should be that this person should go to the noble duke, but the reverse has actually happened. It seems that the weight of, according to history in your end, even if this is lowborn, but he carries enough weight from the king that instead of this guy moving towards the
Magisters.
towards the duke actually approaches him
Oh.
and in the gangplank.
Okay.
And then there's no bowing as a noble, but there's really like a deference of somehow or a great respect against them. Make a perception check to make out what they're trying to speak.
You can have Eddie go close and here in Patek Link.
Hmm.
6.
6. No, you just see.
Why
Unless,
don't you s-
When you send Eddie there in Patek Link,
Oh.
who's Eddie?
Eddie. Not
Eddie, okay, Eddie,
No,
okay, Eddie.
no, Eddie is the demon.
What?
Fang.
Fang is his new crow.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Fang is his new crow.
Fine.
Yeah,
Raven.
Yeah, you can have your.
Fang, go listen to what they're saying.
Okay, easy enough as you.
You can
have-
English. Right?
That's right. You can invisibility.
In this.
Your imp is invisible, right? Okay. So you take him closer, and then he goes there. You pick up certain conversations here or there, but the gist you hear is that from the side of the duke is like, I appreciate the king's swift response on my matter. Rumble, rumble, rumble. And then the Justicar says, yes, for what purpose is this that I've been sent all the way in this godforsaken
Oh
land?
my god, I have a bad feeling about this.
And he goes, yes. A thing about our borders being transgressed. In what way is it transgressed? Our property from the soul, the rightful property of the Galaran Empire has been stolen and transported into that ramshackle kingdom in the Dustlands. This is a diplomatic mission. We require action. The king's law should be enforced here, which is to require your help.
The king's law is not enforceable. Shit, I'm not gonna go there.
Very well. We march on the morning. In a diplomatic sense, of course. We don't want to have a scandal involving anything. But if it's as you say that property of the kingdom has been taken somehow by them, then there
Are
will
they
be justice to be
Are
served.
they naming names?
No, not so far.
Like Ferron?
The only thing that comes out is against the King Tristan Wayland to that effect. So the gist of it is definitely na nagpalaban si Duke Desmond
and
because
that sounds like what his plan was.
I
The
think
one
his
he was
plan-
making.
yeah, you can make the connection that this is exactly what he's waiting for.
Okay, this guy's really dumb.
Still no locate object as you guys are able to fund. Nothing's happening in here.
Okay, we're good. I think we should leave before someone.
We should go to Everton before something gets made.
Don't you like to ask if they have spell scrolls?
I don't want to ask about the anymore. I want to go home.
He looks friendly.
I want to go
He
home.
looks friendly.
Aren't we supposed to check if there are shards?
There are none.
I don't
The
care.
make object
I
didn't
don't care,
detect
let's
anything.
go.
Okay, so that's
They
all you
seem
know.
formidable.
They seem formidable. Okay.
Very formidable.
Alright, so it's
Okay,
now
then
probably close to
Very final
12
boss
noon
fight.
or 1 o'clock, something like that.
Let's depart.
Yeah,
You depart.
Post haste.
Okay,
To-
that's it then.
Going
So,
back to Everton.
yeah. East to Everton, right?
Yeah.
And also, if you notice the terrain,
Everton first.
eventually, the way, if they're going to be marching into the Dustlands, they will probably also take the same route because it crosses from.
Well, yeah,
Stillcross
we
to
are
Africa.
leaving early.
You're leaving early,
Here than
okay.
them. They're leaving tomorrow.
Are the little halfling people with us?
Yeah.
They've been waiting in the outback, in the, what's the word I was looking for, like a woods cabin in the
Boondocks.
woods area, boondocks. All right.
So,
We go.
I feel this savage again. It's a savage man.
He protected you.
Yes, that's why I'm filling you in.
Okay.
Yes, I wouldn't even explain to you if you hadn't done that. We're about to go back to a town full of a whole bunch of military types, and we actually ambushed and killed a bunch of them on the road out of them.
He didn't need to know that.
And now we're going back into the middle of this nest.
He didn't need to know
I
that.
have no idea why, but the team insists that they want to go back, and we will probably be found out and killed.
Now we will be found out and killed.
If I were you, I would just run right now because you don't have any ties to the team here.
You forget the one thing that he has ties to.
Magical item?
Yes.
Give me a magic item, I leave.
So
I'm not willing to pay to part with it. Sorry.
We will eventually find magic items.
The soldiers have magic items.
No. No. They don't. The effort in
Magical crystals.
which you cannot eat.
Can it be made to magic item?
No.
They could be very powerful.
The soldiers have bows.
Soldiers have bows.
So yes. You want a bow?
No, I want more gold or magic item.
Oh my god, or magic item.
Or magic item.
We're gonna get paid because of this shipment of reeds.
Do you not want to get paid?
You think the monks are gonna pay us?
It's not the
No,
most
the Everton.
Oh, why are they going to pay us?
They're the one asking for this weed.
Oh right, the weed. I forgot all about the weed.
Maybe you took a little.
Yes. That's why we killed the owlbears.
Yes.
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 All bears
Yes.
die, all bears
Oh,
die.
I thought you were doing it for sport though.
Yes, that's all I was doing it for. Experience, the experience of it.
Well, I will continue to follow, but in case of ambush, we'll see if I can fend them off.
Okay, you can fend them off. We will be very grateful if you fend them off.
For magical item.
There are hundreds.
You can catch up to us so that we can give you magical items after you fend them off.
Fine. And I will continue to follow for magical items still.
Okay. So you take you set forth now, trying to get a head start on
Yes.
what you were able to overhear,
Yes.
not knowing any of the consequences as to what might be happening with regard to the Galaran Empire and the small dust kingdom of Fallowdale. You set on with your car. Yeah,
They're probably gonna hit. They're probably gonna get past by Everton anyway.
this is probably
They're
true.
probably not after us because
Yeah.
they were heading out when they. When
So
they
I think
were
it would
in-
be best if we hear about that not in the presence of the Duke because you know Duke can very
Yep.
Yeah. If ever that happens, I guess the best place would be in Everton.
Why
Okay.
couldn't the Duke?
Yes. What's the plan?
He has a plan.
To die.
I wanna put a different wording near the road. where-
No.
What?
Why?
I'm gonna defeat them.
Why? They're not after us.
Give me a reason why.
Because basically they're here after the Dark Shards. We need to be ahead.
They're not after us.
They're not after
They're
the
after
dark
the-
shards. No, they're not.
They're not after us.
They're not after the dark shards.
They're
Well,
here.
I still wanna mess them up.
No, you're not giving us a reason to do it though.
Besides,
No, because basically it might point to me is basically ako ba yung responsible sa
yeah.
right?
It's gonna pull you even more.
Not necessarily.
Dude, Everton does
Dude,
not use
dude.
magic.
Let me just check the wordings.
Proficiency bonus is supposed to be +3 on level 5.
It's a claymore.
Was it? Is it +3 already on level
On
5?
level 5.
Yeah, but it should be
proficiency
+3 at level 5.
I'm never up that from level 5.
What? What
My
happened?
proficiency bonus has been
Proficiency
2 the
bonus.
entire level 5.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
all
you
for that
decide
one,
what
but for
triggers the glyph when
the
you cast the spell.
Oh
the
my god,
How long does it
for
last?
the
Oh my god,
That-
big
okay,
goal!
abilities
Do you have
for
200
the
gold?
dark
Do
attack.
you have
Oh,
200 gold to burn?
Huh?
Strength plus 2.
Staff.
That's
Do
a-
you have
Because
200
like-
gold to
Staff.
Because the other
Yeah, the
D&D
staff of
versions
it.
now
Oh,
really
yeah.
have
He's,
that.
he's embodying the staff of paranoia right now.
Yes.
It's a +7 spell attack.
I don't know the book.
What are you looking for?
Alright,
I mean, none of
see you.
What are you looking for?
What are you guys doing before you get up? Get up?
It says here spell glyph can store as prepared
Oh,
spell.
okay.
Yes, it can.
I already added it.
Are
No,
we
no,
really
you
gonna
only
let
wrote
you
it
do
down
that?
here.
I'm
Did I
gonna-
add it to everything?
Yeah, you did.
I'm currently messing up. I'm gonna have the thunder
Here,
step.
okay.
What?
Wait.
I'm gonna have the thunder step
Actually, no.
stored on that
Dude.
glyph.
What does
Before you do that,
Why are we
Proficiency.
doing this again?
Anything that you're proficient
Again,
in, like
they're
your saving
here
throws,
against
that you're proficient in,
Dustlands.
the
And
to
when
hit
they know that
the
We're not here again.
ability checks too, yeah?
the spell.
again, it's good
will-
intrigue. You don't have to worry.
The ones that you're proficient
We-
in. Yeah.
we
are-
goes up one.
we're leaving in a very narrow margin after them and before them.
It's
So
How
okay.
long- how long
the,
does the glitch
the
last?
only the
Until the spell.
No, how long do you cast it?
It takes 1
1
hour
hour.
to cast it.
Staff.
It still
It
takes
still
1
takes
hour.
an hour to cast it.
and even if you do that, the only people who
Let's
left
say you're
before
gonna
them
mark the
would be
staff
us.
with your glyph. You're gonna-
So it's immediately us, dude.
I mean-
Whereas if we let them follow
How
us
do
in
you know
our
that it's us?
Well,
This might be a good character development, you know?
yeah, it is a good character
It might be
development.
a
I'm
good
totally against the
character
plan.
development.
Okay, we
You
leave
will
you.
fail.
No, I'm just gonna
definitely.
mess
We'll
with
leave you
them.
there to cast it
I'm
for an
just
hour.
gonna
We're
mess-
heading out.
I'm just gonna mess with them.
For an
so-
hour? While
where
they're
do you
about
put
to
the
mark,
glyph?
we're leaving in a haste.
Where will you put the glyph?
Okay,
In the road.
Which part of the road exactly?
The main road.
How do you know it's
How do you
never
know
been
that
passed by
there's not-
a glyph?
It's a 10-foot diameter and
No, no, no.
How will you
How
know
do you
it's
know
them
it's
that
them?
passes by the glyph?
again I can make a spell trigger.
I can
But if
specify.
it's, yes, it's him that if,
Him
it-
who?
if he steps on it then yeah, it occurs, but if it doesn't step on it then
What's the condition for the trigger?
I
You
can
can
specify.
specify
you
the
can
one.
specify that if
Trigger.
it's this guy
So
that
you
passes
just-
by,
I saw him.
trigger
You
out
just want to do it.
on
Yeah.
glyph.
I'm just gonna thunderstep him
You can't
somewhere.
thunderstep though.
The Duke?
I can
Oh,
spell
yeah,
sword.
Spell
Spell
sword.
sword. Yes.
The Duke?
No.
He
No.
wants to put a prank on
It
the
will
dude.
consume 2 spells
So the
as well.
Duke-
The Duke might the Duke?
It's just
It's the staff.
Specifically.
Here's the staff.
Gonna
We
get
still
out
have the
of
staff of paranoia because he's
Yeah,
being
Yes.
paranoid
kind
right
of
now.
paranoid.
He's using Break is using a magic item right now. Watch him. Look at his face.
what magic item?
You can steal
What
it.
magic item?
90 feet on the barrens. To the barrens. I'm
To the
sure that's
barrens.
gonna be
So you're gonna try to. Okay, so you're
So
gonna try to.
basically, he's gonna once
Yeah.
he steps on that,
We could.
thunderstep siya, it's gonna damage whatever is
You
there.
can do it in character if
You
you want.
know, the
So
characters
you're targeting that guy
that
specifically.
guy, yeah. And then I'm gonna
Tommy.
teleport him somewhere.
It's at 90 feet away.
90 feet
Okay,
away.
okay. Fair.
Okay.
Fair play.
Yeah, yeah, TP. Prank her lagi. It's not
So,
like it's gonna do
He
anything.
takes damage and then he gets
I have a
No,
teleported
no, he
90
doesn't
feet
take
away.
damage at all. It's his surrounding, because basically when you thunderstep,
You mean the
You-
soldiers with
The
him?
soldiers
Yes.
with him
Will
will
take
take
the
damage.
They take damage.
And he will be transported away.
yes,
And
lost. And I'm trying to get
where are we when this happens?
Far, far away.
Far, far away.
Hopefully.
So permanent ang glyph, di ba?
Yes,
Until
until
it
it's
gets triggered.
done.
Okay,
Yes.
fair. Okay.
Is there any way to trace this back to you?
No?
We might be the only.
Let's see.
I'm
How
pretty sure
many?
there's an arcana check for that.
No. How many
Like
magic
divination
users
spell for that.
do the Everton elite use?
Divination is such a great spell.
Yeah, but what spell will detect who cast it and who?
Yeah.
They can see the past and the future.
No, there's
No,
there's
there's just a-
there's nothing like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
One arm to cast.
You know what? It's fine. Just let him do it and we'll see.
I'm just
what
trying to be paranoid. I'm just, trying to
happens.
I don't know.
just
I don't really know
just
how
to
these
delay
spells
them
work. I'm just
long
handed
enough, because
spells
basically
from-
it's
You're just.
Why are you even delaying them? That's probably gonna delay them for like 30 minutes.
again,
Stop.
I really see them
We're
as something that's gonna
When he goes 90 feet away.
Okay. One more.
Then
One
we
more
jump him?
attempt.
It's
You're gonna do it.
Then we jump him?
No, we
Just-
we damaged their
Flank-
transport,
flank
and then
it.
he's
Or
he's
flank.
lost somewhere.
He's 90 feet away. That's not somewhere.
Now,
It's just
One
like-
more thing.
it's like
Pretty
from
near.
here to the gate.
Yeah.
One more thing.
90 feet.
It's
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
Super near.
It's 90 steps.
Point of
We're here to
context.
across the
It's
street.
like here
Yeah.
to here.
Vince.
Just across the street.
What's your
A
name?
better spell then.
Very.
Very.
Barry.
He's gonna
You're
cast fireball. He's gonna put fireball in it.
Fireball!
Barry.
Fireball!
You're gonna delay us for an hour for delaying them.
And they'll get delayed more because they have damaged their transport.
If our transfer gets damaged, I don't see us getting delayed at all.
You're delaying them by 30 minutes at most. You're delaying us for an
How
hour.
do you know that?
You can talk him out of it. This. Whatever, man.
No, just do it. Just roll for it.
I'm looking at what her name is doing right now. Adelaide.
Fine, fear. I'm gonna store fear. They'll run away.
What the point? What's the fucking
And it's gonna be centered like that, like a claymore.
Like
So
a
like
scatter.
this.
This is
Step.
why he got
Boom.
Yeah.
What's
paranoid.
30
Let's try it out. Why don't you cast fear on, let's say, us right now? See how it works.
Okay.
Those
Why?
affected by it will run
I
around.
will.
For how many? For how many?
For how
It's
long
just
does it last?
them out.
Whatever, man. Come on, halflings, we are up. We can lend you one of the horses to catch
Wait,
up.
Oh, we have
better
witnesses,
idea.
by
I
the
thought
way.
you step them into where the.
Halflings?
90 feet?
No, they're not halfling one. Well, he's probably just, gonna.
Fine.
Halflings. So
Okay, so this is
Just a prank. Just
No,
fear.
actually-
Fear.
Oh wait, fear works.
There, fear works.
Where's the...
Just to mess with them.
Thunderstep doesn't work because he has to be a willing target.
New plan.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, Thunderstep has to be a willing target. Fear would work though.
New plan. All of them have come out of that nice ship,
Fair.
right? We go back around, we steal their ship, and we become pirates.
We have a sailor.
no, we have a pirate.
And we forget all this dark shard stuff, and we just become pirates.
Well,
That's too far.
that's
I'm just playing a prank on them
No.
just to.
unfortunately no, because
Never mindful will kill us.
him.
Sorry.
That's your fault.
Mostly, but I kinda like
Un-
staying on
unalive.
this plane of existence, and
Alive him.
this plane of existence kinda deserves to exist,
I'm just looking for, what makes the best book.
I get it.
Did you buy ink yet?
Oh, yeah.
Scribbles, that was your job.
Money, boss.
Oh, I don't have money yet.
We could have got it, boss.
We're gonna get money.
Okay, so you're gonna do the fear thing. Okay, for a
They
prank.
keep promising us
Just
money.
to mess with them.
You will mess with them.
These
You know
guys
this.
negotiate
You won't
for
be able to see, but
5%.
you'll know. Is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
It's enough that they'll know. Okay. So he casts a glyph of warding, which will trigger a fear
In the
spell.
middle of the road, which a lot of people pass by.
If you're someone important, you're gonna be walking in the middle of the road.
Right, but you're gonna specify that guy specifically.
What
I'm
if
gonna
it-
specify
what
all of
if
it.
he's gonna
And
step
then
on
when he
it?
steps on it,
What if he's riding a horse?
it's still him. He's still gonna be on the.
It's still gonna trigger, yeah.
If he passes that line,
It's not that one.
Okay, so that's happening apparently.
Okay, here's how he does it. Okay, he's like an hour behind us. He has his own horse.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
So just to be clear, they were gonna, as you heard it, they're gonna be marching early in the morning. So it's like 1 p.m. right now. So you're just gonna take
They're
another
marching
hour.
tomorrow.
Yeah, early in the morning.
They're heading
First thing in the
out.
morning, you're heading out now.
we're
So
gonna do that now.
so you don't even hear what's gonna happen, but you're just gonna do it. Okay, there. So is everybody leaving now?
Do you tell us about your prank?
Do you stay 1 hour on the side of the road?
No,
Okay. We don't know he's doing a prank.
because
He just-
okay, this is something personal, so it's something that.
Yeah, but you're gonna leave him for 1 hour on the side of the
Like,
road.
where are you going?
Just doing something here on this road. Nowadays, I believe it.
It's what?
Adeline in Elvish, binayot na po na bay.
Yeah, you can
That's
go
the
in.
that stuff. Isn't that your stuff of?
Oh, I'm just trying to,
Be paranoid.
find traps.
Okay, well, what
Find
is
traps
running traps
behind
behind us? Whatever, man. You know what? Whatever. We're leaving you.
Okay.
We are so leaving you.
So you're actually leaving him for 1 hour?
Yeah, we leave a horse with him.
Okay.
Are you
We
guys-
knew nothing.
I will leave my guy with him.
This guy, the bird,
No,
camel.
my bird who is now not a bird.
What is he now?
Frankie is now
A
a.
parrot again.
Multiple animals?
She summons find familiar every time. So
You can change your
keep
familiar
changing.
form. Okay. So you
I
leave
can
him.
change them each time.
Ostensibly,
They all are named
for some
You should
reason, your most esteemed, very cultured wizard is now playing a prank.
I
Culture.
came down on him. I have no idea what he's doing.
Okay. So you take the trip back to
It's probably a
north
noble
west
person.
east.
Yeah, it's not even a noble something. I'm a noble. I don't do that shit.
Maybe you're not noble enough.
Maybe. I mean, Lorimer did try a flying prank too.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
right.
a prank.
Learn pranks.
That's true.
I have
Maybe.
never had pranks in my childhood.
Oh.
Go
Yeah.
serious shit.
Yeah, I think this is probably a step up in your being.
Nobleness.
Crazy noble.
Okay. So you take a small wagon together with your attached to the
With his wagon and our
West
horses.
for the purposes of brevity.
We're a pretty good caravan now,
Yeah.
actually.
I did not ask what you did with the caravan nilang koan. Julian.
Oh, we left
left
it,
it
we
there.
left it there
Oh, you
because it
just
was
left
supposed to be koan. It was
As it
supposed to
does.
look like a knoll or an orc attack.
Okay, great. But so the corpses are as is ng yapon.
I don't know how it is now.
But you did like
We didn't. They did
Yeah,
things
we
to
made it look
an
like
orc
an
attack.
arc attack.
Okay, so if that's the case, then when you come in through, apparently it's still untouched.
Well, till now.
How did they know that? How would he have known?
No, I mean like when you come back,
It's
the wreckage
still
or
there.
it's still as is.
Oh no, we should report this.
You are not yet here. You're still keep
That's
walking behind us.
fine.
Right. Which is a little odd from where you find out because as you've noticed before,
This is like only 25.
Hours.
No, not hours. 2 hours away from Pepperton, and no one's patrolled. I thought they have patrols.
There's no one here.
There are no patrols.
Someone should have patrolled this area, right?
that's what you think. But for now, nothing's happened yet. At least no one's discovered
Some
this yet.
fucked up shit.
The people in Pepperton must know about this.
Wait, how far is Everton from here?
We're like 2
From
hours
the
away
point,
now.
about 2 hours away.
This is the
Can you
ambush
try
I
to
was
locate
telling you
object
about.
again on Premier to see if the shard's still there?
Yeah, when we're in
It's
Africa.
It's a like a two spell. It's
So,
expensive.
You head back, leaving that area, hopefully assuming that there's enough time for the alibi to try to get your story straight.
We can.
We left a day. We said we're gonna.
I
be
guess
out
we
for a
have
day.
no choice but to.
We already rested 1 day, so it's gonna be 1 day
Okay.
coming.
We
Right.
overstayed.
You overstayed.
Because
We
we found
partied
jam.
too hard, which is
No,
not true.
No, it's still the same day.
We went there for the wedding, but we found a job.
Yeah, I found
We
a
were
job.
heading here anyway.
That's
No,
true.
yeah, that's what I was saying. We were there for a wedding, and then we were like, oh, I'm gonna help my friends, and then now we're back here.
So you head back there. So probably 30 minutes to about an hour out before you're gonna head back. You would notice now, together with your kuan, off to the side of the road, part in the if it's here, closer to the south area, right? But about an hour and 30 minutes in, based on your lead
Did
time.
he catch up already?
Depende if you catch up.
Are you galloping hard to catch up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
fine,
Okay,
he
so-
caught up.
You caught up. If you're just trying to be brisk,
Why
then
do
you're
you
trying to
look
be
so
brisk.
smug?
It's just a happy day.
Such a good liar, this guy.
Yeah.
Run for
Best at lying.
Best in lying.
Did you find any traps behind us?
No, I don't know.
Oh, I would have been shocked.
going south or off the road, off the main road of the south, you notice a peculiar case. You see a group of halflings, not the ones that you've met, but
One's riding
the ogre
ogres.
trainers, Dozik,
Yeah.
and a group of halflings over there. They are flanked by one Efferton Legion.
One Everton Legion.
No, not like one Efferton squad.
Legionaries.
Okay,
Squad.
squad.
Well, so,
If you notice, Pod, based on the history that you have here, these are just dregs, so basically untrained. Right. They're carrying their spears in a very uncomfortable
Downward.
So
way.
they're like in a formation, ogres, and
Right.
then flanked by.
No
red.
ogres, just
Halflings.
a group. They're not even
Wait.
properly trained formation. Just Everton
Are
dregs.
they in
The
Koan?
halflings are just them were there. They seem to be fixing some sort of pitching something on a tent.
Okay.
And then Dozik is there. Makers, get it ready. Come on here. Let's go. Come on.
Okay.
And that's what you notice so far. They don't seem to be paying any mind. Their vision is going all the way south.
We gallop. I'm on the horse. I gallop up to Dozik.
Mm. Yep.
Hey. What's up?
What's up? Something fun's gonna be coming up. We're wrangling ogres.
What?
What?
Wait, right now you're wrangling ogres?
And suddenly, from across way down,
I am the. I gallop.
Down here?
from way south, because they're somewhere here, right?
Yeah.
Why are
From
the
way
ogres
south,
down here?
there appears to be now a bunch of halfling riding small goats.
Oh God.
And they're just running across, running. They're driving. Here they come! And from behind that, maybe a squad of 2 halflings on mounted goats and just random stuff. There's a rampage of, from here, 7 ogres just running toward them,
Dozik,
toward
you got this,
toward
right?
them. Oh, that's actually more than we were expecting.
Oh,
Get ready, you dregs! Yung mga dregs, this is not what we signed up for. This is not what we signed up for. Like, we'll handle this. It's fine.
What time is it now?
It is now close to 3 o'clock, right?
Summertime.
Still have my hex
Right.
until 5 p.m.
And a bunch of rampaging ogres are coming in from the south, approaching you, and I'll put our episode end at that, so that we can start off with immediately.
enough time!
I was so ready.
Kill them!
We ended
We
the
still have
3.
time!
We still have time. We ended the 3 last time. There's still an hour and a half.
No, here's what happens though. When they come in through the riders, they ride
I
around.
become a bird.
They ride around Dozik. They ride around
Us.
the Kuan.
Wait, I separated from them, man. So how far is Dozik from the main road?
Okay, they're probably somewhere around here,
Right. This is-
down here,
Okay,
right?
so we're like in this dot and they're in this dot.
Let's say 100 feet down from the main road.
Okay.
So
Shit.
here's what happens first. The drag is trying to protect them.
They're split.
They split behind, and then the drag also was by. There's a few, 2 or 3 ogres coming in here, approaching them first before the rest. What happens with the first 2 ogres is they fall.
Okay.
As there was a dug up pit trap that's trying to capture them. Immediately Dozik gets a gun of the actual wheat, lights it on fire, and tosses it down to the pit as they
Oh, that's what they need the weed for.
as you surmise, they eventually get sleepy and more docile
So,
in that case.
so is,
However,
There's
another
still
batch
4.
of halflings coming in, there's like 4 more coming in, and oh, this is a oh shit problem. And that oh shit problem is what's gonna happen next time.
But can we resist the anti-skirmish?
So far, we'll find out.
No shit!
How long is the...
I transfer my hex to the ogre.
I transform into a bird. And I get my wings out. Wait.
Because I have to create the kuan,
Like another?
the kuan. So that's there for now, and that's it.
So early.
It is? Is it? It's
Oh,
1:30.
early.
It's early for RP.
That's all I got for now.
Okay.
That's pretty good. That was fun. Nalingaw ko sa.
There isn't a day where Sammy doesn't kill my dog.
That's not intentional.
Today.